Dear players, welcome to Honor of Kings. Born in 2015, Honor of Kings is the world's most played mobile MOBA with over 200 million registered users and 100 million daily active users. It has witnessed a total of 73 billion views of esports content in a single year, and recently seen international teams battling it out for a prize pool of $10 million at the 2022 KIC tournament. Since launch, Honor of Kings has been continuously refined and crafted to be the ultimate competitive game on mobile. Now, we are going to take you behind the scenes as we share some of the development ideas that went into creating the game. Let's go! How to create the world's most played mobile MOBA. This was the goal we set ourselves, and from it, Honor of Kings was born. Within the game, players take on the roles of their favorite heroes to fight alongside their teammates in the Gorge and ultimately attain victory. Now, Honor of Kings is coming to Brazil. Through the game's journey from the East, cross-cultural encounters have generated a wonderful chemistry along the way. But what remains unchanged is Honor of Kings' core concept and the pursuit of perfection in game and hero design. These are constantly at the forefront of our thinking. At the early stages of hero design, the first things we ask are, what kind of experience can the hero give the player? How can we make our roster of heroes fully fleshed out and realistic? What kind of visual appearance, personality, and backstory do they have? And what type of weapon and combat style is most suitable for them? What are their strengths and weaknesses? Then, even deeper questions. What is the hero's mission? What are they fighting for? What makes film characters so beloved to us is that the creator uses an intuitive and visual story to bring them into our world. It's the same in Honor of Kings. To bring a hero into the player's world, we have to create their story, making them a vivid, vibrant, and living character, not just a generic persona that will be forgotten after a single glance. Ying was created in just this way. Though she appears to be just an energetic young hero, her background story is rich and vibrant. In the world of Honor of Kings, Ying was born to the prosperous and tolerant city of Chang'an. We wanted her to inherit the long history of Chang'an while also injecting fresh blood into the city. Born into a family of military generals, Ying grew up hearing stories of great warriors and eventually aspired to become a legendary hero, a torch to light up the ages. Thus, with her fiery heart, she becomes the protector of Chang'an. On the surface, it appears that Ying just likes to stir up trouble, but on the inside, she is driven by a desire to stand up for her friends and protect the weak. Ultimately, she realizes the real meaning of picking up her spear, to become someone who can protect others. That's the Ying we hoped to create, energetic and courageous. We hope that many players will see their reflection in Ying and resonate with her story. With an understanding of her inner mind, the next step is to make it come to life visually. The most common way to do this is with specific visual design elements. Ying's warm red and white design and flame elements reflect her fiery, passionate, and outgoing character. At the same time, her spear has a variety of forms, transforming from its regular style to one with burning flames at the spearhead, which represents the awakening of her power and the growth of her personality. Facial expressions and body movement are also crucial to reflect the hero's special traits. A stern and cold hero like the assassin Mirrorblade doesn't require much expressiveness. Her facial profile is more skeletal than other female characters, giving her a sense of coldness. Her gestures appear similarly direct and deadly. Each hero's costume features also need to match the character's setting. Taking Nuwa as an example, she is a super being who created Primera. A mask covers her eyes, bringing a sense of mystery, while the ring on her back represents the halo of the super beings. Her costume is composed mostly of circles and triangles, reflecting the connections with the ancient secrets of the game world. In addition to the story and visual design, we also have to produce the core playstyle for the hero based on their traits. For a hero like Ying, who was born into a family of generals, we decided that her skills should be focused around Chinese spear techniques. We designed 7 moves for Ying and turned them into Ying's skills and basic attacks, hoping to show the ever-changing, capricious, and unpredictable characteristics of Chinese spear techniques. Many heroes use spears as weapons, so to make hers unique, we found the red tassel spear from traditional Chinese weapons, retaining the flexibility instead of the hard pole and head. These elements give a sense of softness, overpowering stiffness. Ying also uses 2 hands to wield the spear, which is rarely seen in Honor of Kings and other games. We cooperated with martial artists from Mount Hermé who keep these traditions alive, and integrated and used real body movements of Chinese kung fu masters in Ying's spear moves, giving players a realistic and engaging gaming experience. For the cold assassin Lam, we took inspiration from his method of lurking alone to give him shark-like characteristics. Through the power of sorcery, Lam can transform water into the shape of a shark that he cloaks himself in, allowing him to swim in the gorge with only his fin showing. And at the crucial moment, he leaps out in the form of a giant watery shark to inflict powerful control skills and fatal damage. Since his shark-like appearance is very memorable, players refer to him affectionately as Baby Shark. After completing the core designs for the game world, graphics, and gameplay, there is still a large team involved in further work, including modelers, animators, special effect artists, audio designers, managers, testers, marketers, and more. These all work together to bring the heroes from the sketchpad to the game. Our ultimate goal is to let the players who choose any role or any hero receive recognition and satisfaction, experience their own highlight moments, and feel the extreme fun of competition in our game. In this Dev Talk, we have aimed to present the team's creative process for designing heroes and to give you all a better understanding of Honor of Kings. That's all for this Dev Talk. Stay tuned for the next one. For more insights on version updates and improvements, keep an eye on Ying's column on our official social media channels. That's where we collect all of your questions and do our best to provide you with answers. We look forward to your feedback and suggestions.
Parece mais um trabalho pra mim. Cadê você?
Ai, não. Não podem me ver aqui.
O quê? Pelas costas? Que vergonha! Ainda tem alguém aqui. Ei! Fica tranquilo, tá sob controle.
Ai, que burra!
Deixa comigo!
Tem que sair daqui!
Ei, é perigoso aqui, vai!
Ah, não! Tudo bem, eu tô bem aqui!
aqui. Vai!
Anda, foge. Mas... Eu vou te enfrentar!
Yi, você não deve se importar. Se sua lança partir, não é ela que te torna uma heroína. O que faz?
O que faz?
De um herói, um herói.
De um herói, é a luz em seu coração. Uma luz brilhante que queima mesmo sem fogo. Fogo selvagem! Ai, que irado! Eu consegui fazer o fogo selvagem! Que irado! Eu consegui!
Fogo! Ah, não! Eu tô pegando fogo!
Eu fiz a fogo! Eu fiz!
Não machuquem ela. Só peguem o mecha.
Ninguém me segura! Lança dente! E aí, Brasil?
Dear players, as the S1 finals come to a close, the much-anticipated 2023 KAW Season 2 is set to begin again. 12 teams from Malaysia, Japan, Philippines, Korea, Myanmar, Laos, and Nepal will compete for a total of 500,000 yuan, award over 25 match days.
The first pentakill of the season, KAW, and there you go.
The regular season will kick off on July 27th with 2 rounds. In the first round of the regular season, the 12 teams will be divided into 2 groups based on the S1 competition points. The top 6 teams in the Season 1 will directly enter Group A. The rest of the teams in S1 and the teams newly joined in S2 will enter Group B. Teams from each group will be playing against each other in a BO2 single round-robin format in 9 days, with 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 point for a loss. After the first round, the qualification for the game will be determined based on the point ranking. The teams ranked 5th and 6th in Group A and top 2 teams in Group B will compete for promotion and relegation format in 2 BO5 games on August 11th. The winning 2 teams will enter Group A in the second round, and the losers will enter Group B. The second round of the regular season will start on August 13th. All teams will have their past points cleared and will participate in a 9-day intra-group BO2 single round robin. After the game, all teams in Group A and the top 2 teams in Group B will qualify for the playoffs, while the remaining 4 teams will be eliminated. After the regular season comes to an end, the playoffs will start on August 31st. The 8 qualifying teams will compete in a 5-day double elimination competition, as shown in the diagram, for the 2 tickets to the finals. The much-anticipated KAW League Season 2 Finals will take place on September 7th. There will be a BO7 single elimination competition, and when the game is at 3-3, it will enter the Ultimate Battle Mode. And then the first team to win 4 games will be crowned the Ultimate Champion. Finally, we are pleased to announce that the champion of the KAW Season 2 will be directly for the 2023 KIC Wildcard Qualified competition, and they will compete with teams from other countries and regions for a place in the 2023 Honor of Kings International Championship. Who is favored to win the championship? Let us look forward to it together.
Is no match for X-Hero. Double kill on Byron. Triple kill on Byron. And the slam goes down. And here is the counter strike coming back from Fennel. He's agreed just to get the triple kill on. Always sticking one move. That's 4 CCs right there. My shit is going in. Clean up this Shaman Sheep. That is going to be a fabulous crowd control. And JS is going crazy. Double kill. And another fabulous crowd control. As well. And here's Dante's ultimate at the right time. Here is not back yet, but Bushi already getting those damage out one by one. Bushi is still alive, but still getting taken out by this Nova quadra kill for Munchi.
Quadra kill!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to our KW Day 2 of our playoffs. And we do have 2 matches for you guys today, and it's from the upper brackets. So that's going to be rank 1 through rank number 4. So rank number 1 right now, obviously everyone knows who is BSE. BSB has been dominating the Group Bs, and when they switch to Group A, they still are at the top here at this perfect 15 points, and definitely they are a monster to be dealt with, and they're gonna go for a rematch with Nova. Actually, seems like BSC did defeat Nova, in the past, have a perfect score, so hopefully Nova kind of did their homework a bit, because they're facing this perfect winning spree team. So it's like a uphill challenge for Nova. Sorry to say this, but Nova is the previous champion of last season. Definitely, BSE is gonna be the new kid on the block with a lot of firepower. So Nova better get ready. Also, BSE definitely does not want to underestimate Nova, as they are facing each other for the first time in a BO5. So BO5 definitely is gonna be testing your skills on a deeper level. You gotta have strategies, because the game is gonna go a lot further than BO2, and the hero pool is gonna be super limited. You only can have so many heroes you can choose from, and you better choose those meta heroes accordingly to your composition. You have to make some compromises, obviously, as your enemy's team gonna have some BPs, and those ban and picks is going to affect your composition. So definitely make some compromises. Try to make those improvisation work for your composition, and not really, choosing the best hero every single time. It's not about the best composition. It's also about the teamwork, and how can you make this composition work for you and not you work for the composition. So, have that in mind, and hopefully these teams gonna have a better smooth round every single game. But yeah, this is the playoffs, this is the upper bracket, so you already know it's gonna be intense. I'm super excited for this. I know the viewers at home or anywhere across the world is gonna be super excited for this. I know this game is gonna be straight banger. I'm hopefully gonna see a BO5, but feel like BSC, being the super aggressive team that they are right now, feel like they are trying to end it with a 3-0 or some kind of, get a head start ahead of Nova. But Nova, on the other hand, I feel like they're more of a veteran, because they've been in this season for a very long time. Even from season 1, BSC, even though they're the new team that just joined in season 2, they have so much potentials. And Nova just, have to watch out for that, because BSC got 4 games win over Nova, and Nova has 0 wins over BSC. So you do the math right there. BSC, according to the statistics from the regular season, judging from the fact that these numbers, BSC definitely has the upper advantage for me, judging from these numbers. But the numbers don't really matter, because right now it's a totally different game format, BO5s. So if BSC is able to hold on really tight, I feel like they should have no problem. But Nova, I already seen them in the BO5s and BO7. So they already got used to this kind of format already. So this is BSC's turn. BSC, I feel like they haven't participated in any BO5 format yet. So we're going to see them for the first time here versus Nova. And hopefully Nova can run their way back into the championship, as if they lose to BSC in this series, they have to drop into the lower bracket. But still, they still have another shot there coming back. But obviously, every single team wants to try their best and go for that championship, the most efficient route. So if you're in the upper brackets, all you need to do is win this series, win the next series, also win the final series, and you just need to win 3 series of 2 series of BO5 and 1 series of BO7. Then yes, the championship is gonna be yours. But that sounds really easy, but the journey is definitely gonna be super hard for these players over here, and also for these teams to participate and have their mind engaged in this game. So yeah, let's take a look at real quick the charts and the data comparisons. We have Zhihong on the right from BSC. He's the mid laner for BSC, and he is a great mid laner, top MVP on the chart right now. So yeah, versus Ian, who is the left competitor from Nova Esports. He also is the mid laner. Seems like the numbers, pretty normal for the kill participation, but I want to talk about the average kills per match. Obviously, Zhihong has the top kills over Ian, as Zhihong is playing with Ganjan. He's playing with some kind of assassin hero that really deals a lot of damage, a lot of burst damage actually. And for Ian, I feel like he does more of a Yixing, kind of like a team-oriented player, like Zhao Jun, setting AoE, setting those AoE traps, setting the kills for their partner. But BSC Zhihong, he can do pretty much both. He can really carry the game by himself if he if he needed to. But yeah, there's a lot of skill involved here in this BO5, and hopefully every single member of both of these teams is able to bring out their best potential. And this is the BO5s, this is the playoffs. We're not talking about regular season anymore, so stop playing around. We have to get really serious. And you can see the data comparison. Obviously Nova does have some kind of advantage in those gold categories, the damage taken per minute, but these data's pretty much from August 31 until then. Maybe BSC, obviously they have some game ended a lot quicker for them, so these numbers not really balance out. But once BSC versus Nova, you can see that Nova didn't really get any wins. So BSC already had 4 wins. This shows a lot here. BSC definitely has the edge over Nova, so Nova has to be super cautious, develop some kind of strategy. But these strategies have to be implemented pretty fast, because once you get into the game, it's pretty much too late to think of that. So better be prepared, and those BPs, you better be really tight with those BP and ban and picks, because you have to ban out the most heroes that you think is gonna counter strike your composition. So definitely have that, talk it over with your analysts. And without further ado, we're gonna bounce into the BB phase. And Nova over here does get the first pick, and BSC does have the counter pick here on the red side. So Nova decided to go with the ban on Shenmengshi. Always a safe choice ban. Maybe Shenbing is gonna be the next ban, but over here BSC already targeting their top laners, and they know that their top laner Shen is playing that Byron really aggressively, so banning that out does really help BSC kind of avoid some of the harshness from the top lane. And Da Chao always been banned every single BO5 game. I feel like this Da Chao is not going to come out, maybe not until the round 5, round 6, round 7. So definitely the Da Chao getting banned out, and also still targeting the top laner. BSC just putting the pressure, and they know Shen is a super great top laner from Nova who has the MVP from last season. So definitely BSC is doing some huge targeting the top laner, so huge respect for Shen. But Nova grabbing the meta hero right off the bat, I do love this. And also Shenbing definitely grab some meta heroes in the first round, because you do need those meta heroes. You have to get this first win. It's gonna be more stable. Once you get the first win, yes, you can be more genuine in the next round. You can be more lenient. You can pick more like different kind of heroes that can have different same kind of effect, but just not really the meta heroes. But you do not want to be picking all the meta heroes that you have no choice at those round 3, round 4, where you're limited to pretty much not non-meta heroes. So yeah, hopefully BSC and Nova already know that, because I feel like they already know that. So they're really strategic with those BPs. And yes, Nova right here going with a classic duo That is the double green hero Taijuan and Lady Xuan, and yeah, they have matching colors. That looks pretty cool. And yeah, they're super good duo. Like, you know, Taijuan makes money, and it gives a passive to pretty much everyone that's around him that gets extra go. And obviously Lady Xuan is there to farm, and the more she farms, she's gonna get those extra goes from that passive that allows him, this Moonchi, to get more item a little bit faster than their enemies. But over here, BSC already replying with the Kaeya. The Kaeya is a super long range mobile hero that drive her bike around in the gorge, does a great amount of burst damage pretty much all around the map. I would say top meta hero shooters for this patch right here. So great hero to use. Go try it out. It's pretty easy to learn. So yeah, BSC already have pretty much of a solid, got the tanks, you got the support that has the rotation and sustainability, and over here Nova classic duo, Lady Xuan, Taijuan, and yeah, BSC right now just want to ban out those mages, as you know their Ian is super really versatile with those mages, as Ishin probably is going to be that target to take out. Also Haya is going to be really effective. I feel like Haya, with Haya taken out, I feel like BSC can go for more of an assassin. You know, also Nova actually banning out Guangyi, also Shikun Zhen. So definitely Nova is also targeting Xian, like their top laner as well. So, but hey, BSC still like, we still have Alien. Alien is up for picks. I feel like BSC just being really confident. I feel like they can, they're trying to go for a 3-0. So they're picking all the meta hero right now. So we got Alien, we got Xiaoho, we got Shenbing, and Ganjian, not that of a meta hero, but still great damage source. And I feel like he's a great, like kind of a good counter to Shisu, because Shisu is kind of squishy. So feel like if Zhihong can manage to use that ability to really be really accurate and take out this Shisu before she doesn't even do anything. So that would be great for BSC before the fight happens. So let's see the composition so far. We have the new Cao Cao at the top lane, and yes, recently Cao Cao has been upgraded. Every time he uses an ability, his attack is gonna release this range attack, kind of like Shikun Zhen's lightning ability, but you know, this color is gonna be red, matching color with this Cao Cao. Super kind of a, you know, big upgrade here for Cao Cao, but he's facing this Alien, which did get nerfed a bit. You know, his second ability kind of slow you down for 50% of your speed, but right now it's lowered to 30%. So yeah, a little bit nerfed, but still Alien is gonna be a super hard target to take down, as he is super tanky. But against Cao Cao, I feel like Cao Cao does have some kind of lifesteal advantage. So it really depends. Like, I feel like these top laners, they can't really kill each other, because one has invasive maneuvers and one has lifesteal. So they're just gonna fight it out till the sunrise. So right now we're gonna kick off the second day of the playoff. Our game number 1, Nova on the left on the blue versus BSC on the right on the red. And I am your caster, Gigit, and we about to kick this off. And already Cao Cao looking for some quick action. The flash already getting forced out of Zhihong in the beginning. This is crazy. The damage is coming in from this Cao Cao is insane. Like 2 hits, half HP gone, and he has to use that flash. Like, he was scared for a moment right there. Like I would be scared. Like, if anyone was there, they would probably get really scared. And yeah, I almost feel like a first blood is about to come. But I feel like, you know, this Shisu is not in the mid lane, but I do like this opening here by Nova. The opening here, Nova in the getting the first blow already, and another control here from Ian, and almost getting the double kill for this Moonchi. And wow, I feel like Nova's back. Like the rotation, the teamwork the quickness, the response, the killer instincts coming from Nova. I mean, I feel like this is the Nova that I'm talking about from season 1. Like, this is good for Nova. I feel like they have some kind of, you know, their strategy. They did something different. Like, it's something different about Nova that we're not seeing yet. And from the beginning, I already told you, like, the way they set up these camps in the mid, having Cao Cao kind of, you know, lowering this guard of Zhihong. Zhihong really never see that coming, and the rotation on that first blood was really on point, and everything just comes together perfectly. Another pull here by Ian, and Ian just being super accurate with that first and second ability. Also, this Shizu got an upgrade too, so this is really good for Ian to use this hero at this time. So right now, you know, the top, not much happening. Junglers, they're just gonna keep farming until a specific point where they can have the necessary gold to engage. But right now, I do love this combo here, the rotation coming in from Ian, from Tai General, and from Munchi right here. The battle's gonna be happening. The Tai General, the ultimate is gonna be drawing it out here. Is Tai General going down? Kaya getting that kill, and Ian goes down. Almost Hui went down too. But I feel like both of them are squishy, and I thought like Ian was Tai General at first. But let's take a look at that first blood kill. So many CCs layering together at the right time. But BSC is able to get another kill back, so pretty much a fair trade here. Goes pretty much even. But still, BSC does have to be careful. Like, they can't get too comfortable right now. Once you win a lot of games, you tend to get comfortable, and when you're too comfortable, you just not challenge yourself. So definitely BSC don't want to lose that guard. Definitely want to keep your guards up. And another manipulation pull here by Ian, and he's landing these like it's nothing. But another skirmish here. Here's gonna be Ear using the ultimate, but Judd managed to get away in time. Here come MS King, the Xiahou done tank, but he got pulled out. But Cao Cao clean up the Shen Bing in the back lane. Hui is in the face. Oh, MS King still fighting. Here's the ultimate coming from Hui. Munchi survived with the extra life, but goes down again. Hui came in so close to falling, but managed to take out MS King before Lady Shen died. But Lady Shen falls to JR as well. 1-for-1 trade right here. Already so much action happening in the first 4 minutes of the game. This early phase is gonna be crazy. The battles, I mean, yes, both sides have some advantage in the early game fights, especially this Cao Cao, like also this Ear. So much tankiness and so much attack coming from this top laner, Shen. So definitely you don't want to underestimate the damages are coming out of Nova right now. And they do have to become really, really careful here, as BSC kind of slowing down for a bit. They're not really, as the BSC I know them, like when they first competed against Nova, they just came in really confident, but Nova is kind of getting back at them. But the Tyrant goes to BSC. Yes, according to the numbers, you know, BSC does get more Tyrants at first, and that first 4 minute Tyrant is going to be super crucial for both teams. And BSC got it, so they're going to have some of the advantages. But you know, I'm not seeing that happening. It's not the Shadow Tyrant; it's just the normal Tyrant. So a bit of gold gain with all the team for BSC, which equalize pretty much the goals right now. Right now, Nova has the extra kill, but the Tyrant does belong to BSC. Master Sword going out for Munchi. Munchi is going to have the extra attack damage. So every time Lady Shen's grow, she gains movement speed, and if there's enemy nearby, she's going to gain more movement speed, and that damage is going to be in the face of Zed. Zed goes down, and JR goes down. that is double trouble right here. Double
Red
kill
team
for
has destroyed a
this
turret.
Zhao Huaizhen. Zhao Huaizhen here is moving his way into the blue area. MS King has to back off right now because Cao Cao is around the corner right now. 4 on the 2 junglers. But still, Zhihu managed to get that blue just with the nick of its ability. But definitely want to watch it because Zhao Cao is going to be
Blue
super
team
dangerous.
has destroyed a turret.
Shen's, even though Shen's tower on the top is falling, he participates more in those team fights. And that dragon is gonna go to Nova. Nova getting that dragon. That's another win situation right here for Nova. And the Vanguard is gonna be on its way here. So definitely BSC a little bit tipped off. They want to get back together, but Ian hiding in the grass here. MS King is going to be in trouble. The ultimate pulling out from Kea. MS King still surviving, but getting taken out. Ian goes out here, being too squishy. Munchi goes out. Double kill for JR. Another battle is fought back by BSC. And definitely, JR does have that extra range. And their hands are super long here. So BSC is right now slowly climbing their way back and getting the middle tower. I would say BSC does have to win here because they took down 2 members and also got the mid tower out of that. So great trade. And also they do have the tower advantage. So for me, I feel like BSC is winning so far. But you be the judge of that, as we have to see how they can handle this. If she managed to pull those critical priority targets, it's gonna be trouble for BSC. But BSC is rushing in right now. As long as they take out this Ian and also take out the squishy heroes, they should have no problem like invading, dominating. So once you take out Shisu, it should be really not much trouble for BSC to take down the remaining members of Nova. So hopefully they will make it work here. Seems like Nova kind of really try to guard their resources, but BSC already are just all over the place. And I feel like Nova do have to spend a little bit more time defending, as their tower just kept on falling and falling, and the blues are getting taken away. But Shen over here in the grass, right here, starting the battle. Here is the rest of the squad coming in behind Shen. That is gonna scare off BSC a little bit, but they already managed to take the blue away, so there is no point staying at the blue area. They're gonna go on to the next neutral objective and make some stuff happen here. And Tyrant, again, goes to the hand of BSC before it even disappeared at that 9 minute and 30 seconds. So it's possible that they can get a double Tyrant, because the next Tyrant is gonna spawn at that 10-minute mark, and it's gonna be a Shadow Tyrant. Both teams are looking for an opportunity. I'm just waiting for Ian to make that move here, because Ian is in a really nice safe position. And I like this. Nova is not really grouping up with this Shisu. You know, they're letting Shisu do its own managing vision and use that vision as a surprise to get BSC off guard. So BSC has to watch it, because Shisu is going to be in the unexpected position. Here it's going to be Xian jumping up into the top, but running away as his HP is in critical condition. And definitely BSC is kind of want to back it off a little bit here, as their Alien is not going to be in battle, but MS King is probably going to take most of the damage in the front lanes at any time. And MS King getting caught right here. That's what I'm talking about. She's just so dangerous. The way she pulls you towards the enemy, and once you get pulled, you know, 7 out of 10, you're not gonna be surviving those projectiles are coming in. Another pull here, almost getting Ganjan, and Ganjan just move out of the way at the right timing. And this Shadow Tyrant seems like Nova want to make some things happen. and they really want to make something happen because they want to scare off BSC and kind of want to save this dragon from getting taken down by BSC. BSC still have their eyes on this Shadow Tyrant, but Nova just surrounding this neutral objective, like waiting to make something happen, and feel like this Hui is gonna start the battle, try to go in and fighting for the Shadow Tyrant and not getting it in the process. But here's gonna be Alien jumping to the back row. Munchi goes down. Ear has the extra life. Ear goes almost going down. Hui goes down. Ian goes down. Nova goes down. And the whole team goes down. That is gonna be a clean wipe for Nova and BSC. Done it so easily. I didn't really expect the whole team to go down right there and then, but the way Alien went back there, they did so much damage, and this allowed them to end the game in 12 minutes. Congratulations to BSC. And yes, BSC just still the BSC that they are today. The way they handle the map, like the map control is insane. Like you can see the formation, like Xiaohouden is always in the front there. He can take a lot of damage. Even though, you know, you get Shizu and you're gonna pull me forward, but you know, you're not gonna take me down. Like then I have Alien who is in the back. He can go any single time to the back lane. So there's not much, a lot of people like this. I would say it's harder for Nova to go into the back lane versus BSC, because BSC, you know, this Alien can jump over any obstacle, like any terrain. He can jump over. He can jump over walls as long as he uses that ability to target a certain member of Nova. And it's gonna be a lot easier for, you know, BSC to make that happen. Also, the long range and the AOE effect on Kea and Shenbing pretty much synergize pretty well. So yeah, and once you're in that crowded position in the Dragon Pit, you know, I feel like they do have the terrain advantage for BSC. So that fight pretty much was in BSC's favor. And once they took that dragon, I feel like the game is gonna be over for Nova. If Nova, however, does get that dragon, I feel like, you know, BSC would have just back off and lost some casualties, but the game wouldn't be over. But, you know, it's a different story when BSC get the dragon. Obviously, you know what happened. BSC got that win, got the damage buff from the arrival buff from the Tyrant, and everything just went crazy. Nova, Shen, everybody. Munchi went down first. Everybody just started dropping one after another. So, yeah, BSC came in here. They came, they saw, they conquered. It was everything that BSC I'm expecting them to do. So, yeah, congratulations once again for winning the game number 1 of our match number 1 of our day 2's playoff. But then again, great pick. The meta hero definitely works out here. So, you know, I feel like they're already really determined. They know that they're not gonna have a choice to pick these heroes in the later rounds. So they're pretty much going for that target of a 3-0. So I'm guessing every single round they're not gonna compromise. They want to pick the best hero. They want to end the game like how they visualize it in the training room. So a lot of potential here for this team to be the championship, to be the champion of the season 2. But then again, Nova also has the potential too, but they have to get their brains, get their heads together in order to fight BSC. They were doing a lot better in the beginning, but you know, that really, you know, turned out differently. You know, once the rhythm is broken up, like I feel like Nova didn't really consider the fact that they were in a position that the AoE's attack were really not in their favor. So definitely want to consider what kind of battlefield and what kind of terrain and what kind of formation do you have, and not letting your back row goes down pretty first. So I feel like if Munchi survived at that Dragon Pit, I feel like, you know, they could have just retreat a bit and letting them, you know, have the dragon and kind of, you know, maybe like lose with like 1 or 2 members is okay. But once you lost every single member, the game was pretty much over. So, and you can see here from the statistics, so much damage here from this Zhihong. This Zhihong is not to be messed with. Like the targeting, the precision, the accuracy is dead on. So yeah, let's take a look at the replay back. And JR here actually is gonna be the MVP. I was expecting, you know, Ganjian to be or Zhihong to be the MVP, but JR did also a really nice job how he navigates around the map, like the way he moves. Like he only got taken down 1 time, which obviously was the dive at the bottom. But if you take a look back, how he navigates during the battles, it shows that so much skills and so many details is put into this character. The way he operates, so every single shot this Kaeya fires out, she does a passive which allows her to boost her engine of moving forward. And right there, she's right there, and the back line just hit and run and kiting the enemies right here. And another one just moving around the battlefield in a really safe position right here. Nobody really can get to him like Hui was targeting MS King. So yeah, great positioning strategy by JR. And right here, another positioning, the way he moved, and also using that second ability, he can really move back a little bit, avoiding some critical damage or moving over some walls if she really needed to. But here's the final fight. You can see that Kaeya is already in the back, waiting to throw that AoE, and Alien is gonna do the heavy lifting, and he and Shenbing gonna be around the back chasing the enemy. Look at that, JR flashing over the walls just to get that kill. That was insane, the way he operates the hero, such a precision. The fight, you know, happened so fast. I didn't really expect Nova to go down that quickly after that Shadow Tyrant has been taken out. But yes, another important factor is that you do not want to get aced. Once you get aced, you know, there's a high chance that the game might really end. The crystal might go down, and if there's a minion in the lanes, the minion is gonna push that tower, and before you know it, you know, your crystal is gonna be gone. So definitely do not want to be that reckless of just rushing in and having every single member goes down. So round 1 here, BSC gets the win. Nova, hopefully they can come back a lot stronger in round number 2, because I feel like Nova still have a lot of pick. You know, they only use, I feel like Tai Zhen and Zhao Huaizhen. So those two, I would say, you know, meta heroes. Lady Xuan still have some, you know, backup options, but you know, a lot of choices for Nova to pick some great meta heroes. BSC, however, does still have some different kind of strategy they can do. They still have, you know, Miyamoto Musashi. They still have some tankier jungler like Kai, so they can always use those heroes instead of the other, you know, assassin heroes if they have to. But I feel like BSC is okay to go with more of those assassin heroes if the composition allows them to have those. But yeah, hopefully second match is gonna be another great show. It is already super intense right here. Like, it's so close to the championship, and these two teams, I feel like it feels like a championship like fight. So even though like BSC is fighting this previous champion from last season, they're not breaking a sweat. So that's just to show you how far BSC has been competing so far. So hopefully BSC can really use that momentum, just push through. Because right now, BSC want to keep that perfect win record. So here is going to be the ban coming out. Shenbing getting banned out. Also, this Zhangfei, Da Chao, Shenmenshi, really common bans. BSC is pretty targeting those support bans, I would say. And over here we have this Muntian getting picked up by Nova. BSC definitely want to pick the best heroes for the composition, though. They're gonna build the compositions around the best heroes. I do like this Nova here, Yixing and Muntian. The front line, the back line is already pretty much secure. BSC continue to play and pick up the most aggressive top laner. And yeah, one of the aggressive top laners is going to be Byron. And he does a great job of doing those knockups, those tankiness. Also, yeah, he's a straight warrior. Like he can be like a lot of things. So these two warriors together, Zhao Huajun and Byron, are a great team. And also Zhao Jun, another meta pick. And over here, Nova picking up this Miyamoto Musashi can be a really good thing, I would say. Like, can really target those, you know, backlines that are too hard to get to. So definitely BSC want to consider that Miyamoto Musashi is there. So maybe pick a marksman that has mobility, or having maybe, you know, Luba Master can really change the game a little bit. Hopefully that's gonna be something that they want to consider. But over here, BSC doing a great ban because they already have Zhao Jun, right? And so that Zhao Jun has AoEs, and they BSC want to ban out this Zhuangzi in order to prevent those AoEs being purified. So I really understand how BSC is working this out. And also, I was mentioning the Luban Master, so Nova actually decided to ban out Luban Master because they feel like BSC's composition is about to have a Huang Zhong or something, because the Huang Zhong works really well with Zhu Hong's AoE. So this Concert U goes out, Luban Master goes out, Garo goes out. So definitely they're not going with Luban Master, so definitely they are going to ban that Garo. But Nova, Munchi still have that Gongsun Li available, so super dangerous, high mobility, hyper carry marksman Gongsun Li. And BSC, they still have Tai Jin if they want to go with that pick. Maybe JR, if he does go with that Lady Sun, it's gonna be super helpful to have that Tai Jin in play. But another support I often see BSC playing is Su Li. And Judd, I think like he has a great winning percentage, like 100% winning percentage with this Su Li. So obviously they want to bring this out. They want to save this Tai for later, you know. So definitely JR is gonna go with that Lady Sun fighting this Gongsun Li, and I understand why Nova banned out this Concert U, because Concert U is going to be avoiding those damages coming in from this Miyamoto Musashi, so it's going to be harder for Air to make those moves on Concert U. And the last pick for Nova is going to be this Lombard. Guarantee a lot of passive magic resistance, also some physical resistance from that passive. Is going to be covering one of the members of Nova. That's going to provide some extra tankiness right at the beginning of the game. So this is good. All right, BSC on the left versus Nova on the right. And yeah, definitely they're going to switch sides as they are just having a great time here. BSC on the blue side versus Nova Eastward on the red. And the second game is about to be kicking off here. Seems like Gongsun Li is not going to be in the mid. Obviously, you know, feel like those assassin heroes can cover the bottom. They can make the switch. But in this case, Yixing is going to be in the mid. So the beginning is going to be really normal here for Nova. But however, we got Hui. Instead of going into the mid, he's hoping Munchi to get some lane priority. So yeah, definitely Munchi is gonna get that River Sprite. and try to get it before Judd comes over and steal it away, maybe. That was a really close one. I didn't really see which side of the gold that was given to. I feel like Judd has that River Sprite. Definitely stole it away from Nova, and denying the resources is one of the strategies that you want to be using in this game. So once you deny your enemy's strategy, enemy's goal, you deny them of the resources, and you're gonna get more gold from that. Another flash here coming from Judd, almost get frozen here. Eon is gonna be in trouble, but here is the turnaround comeback damage coming from Nova, but the revival from Judd is gonna bring him back. That's gonna be first blood for Lady Xuan. Another kill, and a little bit too rush here for Nova. Nova thought they had those kills, but they forgot about Judd, the man with 2 life in his hand, and picking up the first blood. JR are getting some great cash into that bank right here. And yeah, already 2 kills. And you can see from the replay here, the push was really good. A little bit of delay from Zhihong, but not to worry. The extra life. And once Zhihong stepped on those lights that surrounds this Sulid, Sulid actually come back a lot faster. Also, you gain some HP once your allies step on those lamps, you know. So great detail here by Zhihong. Zhihong is getting blasted right here by 3 members of Nova, and he just went down just like that. Like there was like 2 or 3 ultimates just using on Zhihong. Poor Zhihong goes down super fast. But Nova tried to make a comeback here with some aggressive plays. Definitely not to be over aggressive, because this Judd, the Sulid, is gonna defuse some of those dives coming in from Nova. Nova still kind of doing the defending, like, because I feel like they do have some initiators like Shen, Air, also Hui, but they have kind of want to wait for BSC to make a move. But definitely, I would say like not to wait, because you want to be more proactive. But the longer you wait, you're gonna have your opponent to, you know, catch you slipping up. So definitely, I would say Nova has to be extra more proactive in this game. Try to go for those neutral objectives a little bit more versus BSC, and don't get into the fight. And once you get into those fights, I feel like BSC has that higher percentage of winning those battles. So I would say Nova want to switch their strategy, maybe kind of want to push the towers or get into less fights and actually get some neutral objectives and fight only if necessary. But right now they're just stepping into BSC's game here and walking into BSC's trap. And what I realized something, every single time the Tyrant spawn in the first 4 minutes, BSC is always there. And less than 10 seconds, Tyrant gets taken out. Already a huge gold injection to the whole members of BSC. Here's the initiation from Hui. Almost did some knock-up, but I feel like it doesn't really affect BSC that much. Right now, after 4 minutes is where the protection of the jungle goes down. Also, the protection of the tower goes down. So yeah, and it's gonna be really good for BSC if they want to make those invasions happen here. BSC still being really patient. Actually, they're kind of want to make Judd do all the initiation, because Judd already have 2 lives, so he can risk a lot of stuff. So taking those risks is gonna be good thing for BSC. They got the insurance of the 2 life. Definitely higher the risk, higher the reward. And here is gonna be another fight happening. There's the MS King taking out the damage. Judd in the AoEs, still taking out this Buntian. Munchi has to go back here, taking a lot of damage, below 50 HP. And JR gained another kill here And this is massive for BSC. Already gaining the items that this Lady Shen needed. And I feel like another few hundreds go, this Lady Shen can get that main item
Blue team has
of
destroyed
the
a
Master
turret.
Sword. And the torrent goes down here. And yeah, I feel like this is a repeat from the first game. So the tower goes down. JR is doing super good. First blood and 2 kills already right here. 4.6k versus 3.4k from this Munchi Mushen Li. And Nova kind of want to wait for the fight to happen. I mean, I understand like they do have Muntian and they have Lombard to do the initiation. But there's a lot of diffuses coming in from BSC. Like this Zhe can really take away the danger that's coming in from Nova. So I would say have to pick down some of the members. And slowly BSC is pulling apart the goal. And you can see that goal count 21k versus almost 18k of Nova Esports. Another one, initiation, the flash coming out, just pushing it back. Here is gonna be the General Shen, also doing some damage into the front line. Jug goes down, extra life coming back up into here. Miyamoto Musashi comes in, the Splendor comes out, Zuho getting taken out by Musashi. 2 goes down, Nova still pushing right here. Zhe is kind of also below 50 HP. Nova did figure out a really good strategy here, and having to take down Zihong is the main priority here, because that AoE hurts. And you know that Shen, having that big pile of army is going to be super hard to move if you're inside Zhao Jun's ultimate. So that troop that Muntin has, definitely you want to be more nimble and more versatile. And I feel like those AoEs of BSC is going to slow him down. So definitely Nova Shen went for that Zihong super prioritized target super immediately. So this is a good strategy. Nova is actually targeting those priority heroes instead of just fighting whoever is in the front. So definitely want to target those higher value targets and do the best battle strategy for your team. Here is going to be the push coming out. Hui Zed has to back off here and waiting for his passive to come back. But right here, Nova does have some kind of control here of the Dragon Pit. And BSC might have to go into the Dragon Pit for this Tyrant. This Tyrant getting it stolen to MS King. MS King just went in there with the smite at the right time. Nova Air almost getting that. He also used that smite, but it wasn't quite on time. So this is a great steal. BSC getting another Tyrant under its team. And the fight is going to be happening. Ian getting taken so low, but the passive popped up is going to save its life. Just try to make some ultimate play into the background. And Ian has to go back, so he used the ultimate just in case if they want to make a move. But here, BSC still managed to take out one member. Hui goes down. The minions are in the bottom lane. The bottom tower is going to be gone. And the bottom is going to be way open. And that blue area also going to be really open to a lot of assaults and a lot of invasion. So right here, Nova is still in the back line. It's going to be super difficult to see them popping back. Hopefully, Nova can do a good thing about defending, because they can go after JR. Like, JR doesn't really have a support that protects him. So I would say just find a great angle to tackle this JR. But judging from last game, JR is super nimble and just find a way to dodge all those damage. And also, Lady Sin is a great way to dodge damage and first ability. Here's the Dark Tyrant going down, and the fight is going to be happening. Here comes Xian. Xian trying to make a steal, but Munchi gets the dragon. Here is the Nova retreating to the base, using that dragon to clear the mid lane with the ultimate Vanguard here. And that is going to buy Nova some times in order for them to fight back. And I feel like they do still have the possibility to fight back there. Only 5k, 6k behind and the deficit in gold. But as long as they fight this battle smartly, it shouldn't be a problem. Nova right now definitely want to be careful as they do not have the vision of BSC. BSC is going to be appearing on the top lane. Top lane goes down and Nova
Has destroyed a
are
turret.
just suffering at the moment here. Nova playing it kind of a little bit over aggressive in the beginning, but they do have the composition that to go full aggressive, which allows them to go. And Munchi getting taken out so fast. He tried to go in, but Munchi's getting taken out. The rest of the team is gonna be like
Team has slain an
piece of
enemy.
cake for PSG. Munchi goes down, no damage for Nova anymore. JR is gonna be going crazy. Shen tanking all the damage. Judd goes in with the flash. The extra life is still on the man. Judd revives underneath the tower. Top tower gone, middle tower gone. Minions are inside the base. Nova, last man standing, goes down. That's gonna be game. Nova goes down. That's gonna be BSC taking the second game in this match 1. Congratulations to BSC. And what a show here by this team. The way they handle each other, it's crazy. The synergization of BSC just over the top. The way the engagement was really effective. I mean, there's some times that BSC try to make some engagement, but it kind of like backfire, but they actually, you know, retreat and re-synergize right away. But Nova, when they engage, if they make a small mistake, it just didn't, you know, come back. They didn't really find a way to correct it. But BSC was so fast with the correction. So every time they make a mistake, they try to, in the midst of the battle, they try to correct it. So I really like what BSC did there on the first blood. You know, in the beginning, you know, Judd pushed one of the members back of Nova, but he failed to get the kill. But you can see, you know, the teammates arrive at the scene and they suddenly can make the comeback, the turnaround kill once again. So definitely BSC. Wow, they're another something. It's just the way they handle stuff. It just, so definitely I do love what BSC has done so far. They locked down a lot of the meta heroes, and I feel like this round they kind of replaced some heroes with some backup like Li Xuan, also you know, Su Lid. So they still have Tai Jun in case if they want to use it. And also they have Garo if Nova doesn't ban that out. So definitely BSC is aiming for that game point, which is coming up in game number 3. BSC, if they manage to win this next round, they are going to the next round of the playoffs. So game point for BSC on this next round. Also Nova still have 0 points. They have to catch up. They have to get that 3 wins in order to beat BSC in this round of the playoffs. So congratulations to BSC for taking that win. And wow, so much thing is going on here, and the way that these playoffs are happening, it's awesome. Like, I love it. I love this game. The match, the intensity, the pressure that's giving to their enemies, and you know, everyone just aiming for that trophy, the glory. Everyone is fighting for honor for their team. But you can see back at the towers, what I realized something is that BSC, every single time they got the higher tower, like definitely every single time BSC take down, like maybe like 9 out of 10, BSC always take down the first tower. And with that being said, Zhihong, yet again, another MVP is gonna be under his name. And KDA 225, but the damage dealt 25.7%. I would say it's decent for a mage in the mid. But the way he set up those AoEs, and you can see it in his replays, the way he set up the AoEs is in a really, really effective position. So yeah, the way he plays his spell, it's really beneficial for the whole team battle. And in the beginning right here, he doesn't really have that level 4 yet, so, but the way he used that second ability, whoa, the accuracy, the precision, he knows that there's a delay in the second ability, so he frees that position and enemy just walk right into it. And you can see that when Ishin uses ultimate, he places the ultimate of Zhao Jun's pretty near, or kind of in an effective area of Ishin. And right here, another one waiting for the ultimate to come out, and he just places it right there in the face of Meng Tian. And once Meng Tian get hit with that icy ability, the winter is coming here for this Meng Tian, and everything is gonna be slowed down, and the troops is gonna be moved slowly. And wow, the way that BSC handle each situation, it's pretty amazing. I'm really impressed by this group of individuals that is BSC. The teamwork, the coordination, it's much better in round 2. I say round 1 was some of the slip up by BSC. It was pretty obvious in the beginning. Ganjang getting taken down, but once they warm up, they are just unstoppable, and they are a beast right now. Like winning round 1, winning round 2, no problem. Doesn't even need to go over the 20 minutes mark. Right now, they're ending the game right now around roughly 12 minutes, 13 minutes, around that point, 15 minutes. So it's super efficient for BSC to do that at the BO5, and their competitor is Nova. That just astounding, just the way they ended the game at a really fast rate. I was expecting the game to last around 15 minutes, 16 minutes, even 20 minutes. So BSC definitely surprises me here. The way they handle each battle, like, they know how to handle it. Like the way they execute, the way they rotate, it's all a part of the game. It's all a part of the plan. Like everyone just making those decisions in a split second. So definitely they did a lot of training here for this BO5, and yeah, I feel like they don't even need to worry about the hero pools anymore, because if they want to win, they are going in to win it 3 in a row. So hopefully BNC still got what it takes. I know that Scars yesterday got the perfect 3-0, so obviously BSC is going to be your turn, but Nova still have a chance to come back here. It might be a 2-2 tie, then we have to go into the BO5, but this is the BSC we're talking about, so definitely Nova definitely want to do a lot of preparation for this next match, as this might be their last match for this upper bracket. But not to worry, even though if Nova loses this battle, they still have a chance of coming back in the lower brackets. So hopefully they don't have to do that, because they want to keep on pushing for that upper bracket. So hopefully Nova get that 2-point back, so we can see the BO5 happening for the first time in our KAW Season 2 of the playoffs. Nova getting on the blue side here, BSC going on the red. And yeah, both teams are just looking to make some plays. Seems like what composition, I'm really curious that both sides are choosing this time. This is BO5, so we are in our game number 3. So most of the heroes are getting picked up already, and as the global ban pick rule, you can't really choose the same hero in the same series. So hopefully Nova has some heroes left. I feel like they have a lot of hero left to choose from, versus BSC, who already used some of the middle heroes, most of the heroes in the first and second game. So it might be a more limited option for BSC to make that pick. But Nova already know that, so they're gonna keep on targeting the jungler. Also, they know that BSC haven't picked up that Tai Jiren. They're gonna use that Tai Jiren as the ban and pick that Zhang Fei up for themselves. Here is gonna be BNC. Still haven't used the Shenmue Shi yet. definitely locking down Shamanshi in game number 3. It might be super essential. They do have the Kai, so Kai, super tanky warrior that can really manage the vision, also tank most of the damage for BSC. Nova definitely want to do everything right now. Like, they have to manage to win this game if they want to stay in this upper bracket. So definitely Nova has to choose everything. They have to go all out if they want to go back into the upper brackets. And Nova are going with maybe a Bin Shi. Like, Bin Shi has been really popular lately, so we've been seeing him in the battlefields pretty often here. And then, but BSC using that Garo, I feel like Luba Master might be another choice that BSC want to pick up. And BSC is gonna ban out those threats that's gonna protect Garo from those aliens, protect Garo from maybe Mayane, but Nova already know that. You have Garo, I'm gonna ban away Luba Master. And also their support is facing some dilemma right now because Taijuren's gone, Luba Master is gone, and Mayane is gonna be gone here. So yes, I would say BSC want Nova to ban away Mayane because they want to protect this Garo as much as possible. But they have Guangyu. Guangyu recently also has some kind of upgrade on its speed, so the speed really doesn't drop instantly. It's gonna drop over time, so it's gonna allow him to come back to the battles more faster than usual. So Nova still have that Lady Sven to choose from. They're gonna pick it up. Also this Luna, I'm really surprised. Luna is gonna be using it on this jungler. So having Xiahou then goes to the top lane and having Luna jungle. So this is cool here. Nova did a really 360 on me. Like, I thought Xiahou was about to go jungle, but they pick up Luna at the last second. So this is really interesting. I would say if this Luna does super well, then yes, Nova gets pretty much the win because of the sustainability coming in from Zhang Fei and this Bin Shi. It's gonna be good for Nova to do this. But BSC on the other hand, they have a lot of damage, a lot of tank as well. So talk about the way they start a fight. Like, I can imagine like BSC just starting the fight with Guangyu just lurking around in the shadows, having Kai doing the vision, having Zhihong doing the poke damage. Then you have Garo in the middle, kind of sitting really comfortably in the back with Cheyenne. So I can imagine already the perfect formation here for BSC to start the fight. Like, they pretty much have it all down here. But for Nova, they have to remain as a unit. I would say, like, with that Bin Shi and with that Concert U, they have to remain pretty close in order to get the effect, the sustainability. But let's see what happens in our game number 3 of our match 1. Nova on the left on the blue versus BSC on the right on the red. Then it feels like Nova really letting Ian help Luna leashing for this blue here. Kind of getting that Luna started, getting that engine started off for Luna. Hopefully Ear can show us some high mechanicalism of this highly mobile Luna assassin. But in the face of BSC, it is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard for Ear to take off because of this Guangyu, and also because of this Kai. It's going to be super tanky. So definitely want to wait for Munchi or Air to get those go in order to get that damage online. But Air right now is trying super hard He's having Hui going up with him and having Concert Yu fighting JR by himself. So yeah, strategy is to use that mid and also that support to go with that jungler, and having Xiahou fighting him by himself. Concert Yu pretty much can handle every situation himself, and sometimes you can have the rotation of Zhang Fei going down and up just to do some kind of like a river check, as the surveillance around the jungle is going to be limited. So I feel like only Xiahou and Zhang Fei can only do those visions, and it's going to give Nova more of the vision control. Over here, I feel like BSC, only Kai can do the vision control, but Kai's is already sufficient enough because of his ultimate. Even if he checked the grass and if he get punished, he can use that ultimate to get away. So the only catch is that he has to have the ultimate in order to guarantee the safety of his life. BSC Xian on the top, driving that motorcycle, getting that farm that he needed. But I love the detailing going to the top lane. Look at here, the minion block setting up by Xian is not letting Xiahou Dun to clean up the minions, you know. And also Xian just allowing that creep to come to him instead. So the top battle, so much detail is going on there. Such a small detail, but it's gonna be really crucial to who to get that much go at the end. So yeah, those minion block is gonna be super crucial. This allows Guan Yu to reinforcement other lanes. That's not possible. So the minions obviously gonna come in on the top, so Guan Yu has to go back to get those EXPs. But right now MS King in the mid, also looking for a perfect window, try to strike down on Nova. Nova is playing extra safe, and they realize they have to win this game back or resulting a loss in this series of BO5. So Nova definitely is being really careful with every single movement. Right here, MS King getting this Eon catch off guard. He decided to not to go in, as he does not know what's the dangers lurking behind those grass. So MS King still being super cautious. And maybe they just are trying to get this Tyrant. They don't want to risk anything right now, because this Tyrant is something like they wanted to get it under control. This is the first Tyrant in the first 4 minutes. MS King getting caught here, using the ultimate. Here comes Guan Yu pushing into the back line. Here is Concert Yu in the back line. Moonchi still doing damage on Guan Yu. Guan Yu almost getting taken out again by this Luna. Luna getting the first blood, but the Tyrant goes in the hands of BSC. BSC getting some of that trade. One hero for one Tyrant. I would say first blood is gonna be a lot worth it, but still, Tyrant does provide the gold to every single members of your team. So if you think of it as a long term, I would say Tyrant is gonna be better, but for the short term, the first blood definitely is gonna be that better choice. And yeah, 225 gold here for Luna. And yeah, the first blood didn't really came out early. It came out after the first Tyrant showed up. And you see that battle here. Such a detail here coming in from Concert Yu. Concert Yu just targeting on him. And Xian was just in the back. I would say like Xian was doing a lot of damage by himself. And there was like a wall in between that Xian and BSC's teammates. So, you know, you have to push the enemies towards your teammates. And I feel like, you know, Xian kind of went a little bit too fast and aiming in the wrong direction. But here's another big fight happening. Luna teleportation over here from the top. But BSC already left the scenes right here. But here's Guan Yu still sitting in the grass, waiting to make initialization happen. Nova on the bottom. Definitely Nova is doing a lot better here in the first half of the game. Here's ultimate coming in from Hui. Hui going in on BSC's member. BSC member falling so low. That's gonna be 2 kills under the belt of Nova. That's gonna be 2 for 0 trade, and Nova right now is gonna be 5v1. Kai is 1v5. Oh my god. He goes down. And yes, game number 3 typically is gonna be a lot tougher for the team that they keep on winning, because they already chose the best heroes that they can have in the first 2 rounds. So the third game, definitely gonna see some compromises in that strategy. I would say wait for JR, because JR went down, Joe went down, then MS King went down. So they're missing a lot of firepower here. BSC has to keep it focused here.
Red team
They want
has
a
destroyed
perfect
a turret.
Wrecker right here. Nova still not letting go of the mid. They want to push this mid as far as possible. Ian getting blasted down, but he does have that HP regen to come back to life. And yeah, the HP regen, it's already in effect here for the whole team. And you can see that pretty much Janfei is doing the protection for Nova and letting this Munchi and this air to do the initialized damage. And the poison is gonna be laying across the map right now. The bomb is gonna drop, but it doesn't really do anything. Like the small damage is coming in from Shamonshi, from Zihong is not gonna be enough right now. This mage is only sitting at 4.2k gold, so yeah, a little bit of damage, not much yet, because of that venomous staff that they needed in order to prevent that regeneration from happening. So yeah, it's gonna be super effective for Zihong to get that item early to provide that anti-regen to the team of Nova. BSC still kind of want to regroup because they already lost 4 kills here. It's 4-0 and they haven't gotten a single kill yet, so they kind of want to use their strategy more wisely. Like instead of charging in 1v1, definitely if they can engage as a team, I feel like they can win the battle. They do have the better composition, more meta pick, but yeah, let's see how they deal with the situation. Because I haven't seen BSC falling behind like this. But then again, comparing to the gold, not really they're falling behind. They're just falling behind in those map control. Here it's going to be Guan Yu pushing into the back. The Purify effect. Ian goes down. Munchi goes down. That's going to be good. I feel like that's the rest of the team. As long as you take that Munchi down and Ian down, the rest is going to be super easy. Then, yeah, as I predicted, like, once they engage as a team, they're pretty much unstoppable. And look at that JR just throwing those arrows. And I feel like only Ear and Hui was able to escape. But Ian didn't really have any mobility. Like, he was just there to tank all the damage. And, you know, BSC is like, you have this venture, well, I have Cheyenne. Like, you guys do HP regain, I'm doing HP recovery. So it's the battle of the HP regeneration here. But I feel like BSC in that battle, they win. As long as they take out Ian, the rest is going to be pretty easy. Because they already have that burst damage and also that displacement coming from Guan Yu. It's going to break the formations. And this is really smart by BSC. Using this Guan Yu to break up whatever formation that Nova is setting up. Super balanced here for BSC. But the only catch is that they have to engage at the same time. Just to have enough firepower to take out Nova. Because Nova's HP regen is off the charts. They have the shield from Janfei, they have the regeneration from Bin She, so, and the shielding from Shun. You know, you have to take him down as well. But I would say take out Ian and Munchi first, because they're the most squishiest hero that Nova has. And you really can't catch Luna. Luna, you can, you know, disregard Luna for the moment. Just take down Munchi and Ian. I feel like BSC is gonna be really good. But it's gonna be really hard because the formations, Guang Yu has to come and break that up. It's gonna be really much harder if Nova
Red
defends.
team has destroyed
So it's gonna be
a
another
turret.
challenge for BSC to go over. Because once they start defending, it's gonna be harder for Xi'an to make those engage. So BSC might want to bring them into the open. So it's gonna have this Guang Yu come in from more of a different angles, and Nova is not gonna see that coming because when they fight in the open, you have no idea which direction this horse, this motorcycle Guang Yu is gonna be coming from. Still waiting for the right opportunity here, waiting for that minion to meet in the mid. Here is gonna be Chai-Yen getting spotted, but Kai setting up his position in the red area, knowing that red gonna respawn pretty soon, and also taking that bottom tower out here is gonna be JR using that arrow, already taking out that. Ear is gonna be in trouble. Ear goes down, but what happened to the rest of the team? I feel like this is gonna be GG here.
Slain an enemy.
Ear goes down,
Slain an enemy.
Mochi goes down, Ian goes down. It's over. Here is gonna be Hui running for his life here. The big
Red team
gorilla.
has destroyed a turret.
And wow, the game is gonna be over right here. They have one troop behind. That cannon is gonna help the BSC to move in on the crystal. Congratulations to BSC for taking the perfect win. 3-0, complete shutdown by BSC. Congratulations to BSC. Moving on to the next round of the playoffs. And yes, BSC still the undisputed champions of the regular stage, and hopefully they are on their way to that road of glory, the road to the championship, that wild card qualifier in the KIC. Hopefully they can make it there, and you know, it's getting closer and closer, and there are a much step closer here as they win this game. It means they need to win one more BO5 and one more BO7 in order to win the whole thing. So another enemy getting taken down off their map. So I think BSC is feeling really good. They already taken down the previous champion from last season. I feel like they're pretty much in a really good mood, and they're being really humble. Like you can see it in their interview when we asked them about, you know, how do you feel about, you know, being the perfect score in the regular stage, and they're just like, you know, we didn't really expect this, but it happens. We play so well, and you know, the teamwork was there. They just being so humble and full of composure. So yeah, again, congratulations to BSC for making it into the next playoffs and getting that perfect 3-0, similar to what Scars did yesterday to Fennel. So that was super cool to see that BSC continue to have that perfect winning game. Like they haven't even lost a single game. Like this is crazy. No tie, no lost, only wins. So that just to show you how BSC just dominating over the map right now. So definitely one of the potential championship of the season 2, but we will never know until the very end, so let's not spoil that yet. But let's take a look at the scoreboards, and it shows that this Zhihong dealt 44% damage, almost like half of the team damage was this one player. And I was expecting JR to do some damage, but like in the end, I feel like JR really didn't do much damage because the game ended so early, around 12 minutes. I was expecting JR to do more damage if the game kept progressing through the 15 minutes, through the 18 minutes, through the 20 minutes. But you know, this Shomonshi was super helpful right off the beginning, at the beginning of the game, throughout the mid game as well. He keeps doing damages to the back row, doing those pokes, AoE, and that builds up to 44% of the damage here. But here is gonna be your MVP, Xian from BSE, dealing 2-1. I mean, dealing 16% damage across the board, and with that 2-1, 5 KDA. And the way that he breaks up the formation of Nova was super splendid, like splendid action here by this player. And you can see it from the replays if we go back and check it out, that, you know, Nova had its formation setup, but they forgot about Guang Yi in the back right here. A perfect entrance for Guang Yi to make an appearance. That motorcycle just push the main members into the walls of that mid-patch grass. And right here, the way they come in. I mean, Nova got BSC surrounded, but BSC, look at here, Xian goes into the back lines, disregarding all the towers that's hitting him. And yes, that was truly a great show by both teams. Obviously, one team gets to move on, but not to worry, Nova still have a shot at the championship, as they will compete in the lower brackets, as we are facing a double elimination. So it's gonna be good second chance for those teams that lost in the upper brackets to come back later into the lower brackets. So hopefully Nova can come back stronger and have a rematch for BSC hopefully pretty soon. But BSC on the other hand, just being super dominating, and I haven't seen a team like this for a very long time in our KAW event. So it's an honor to see that these two teams are competing at their highest level. So yeah, that was match 1. Like, this is super exciting. Zhihong has MVP as well, and also Xian has MVP. So let's talk to one of the players from the interview from today's match.
作为新队伍到来了 KAW， 今天也是3-0击败了 Nova 上一季的冠军。能够有这样的成绩是你们预料到的吗？ You shut out the last season's champion Nova as a newcomer. Did you ever expect such excellent performance?
没有预料到吧，因为这一次的对手是上一届的冠军，有想过赢，但没有想到能赢过他们，很开心，很激动。
We didn't expect this. After all, Nova was the last season's champion. They are very strong. So now I'm very exciting. 第二个问题，距离冠军的奖杯越来越近了，觉得队伍还需要加强的地方是哪里呢？ You're getting nearer to the championship. Which aspect do you think your team need to improve?
加强团队合作吧，可能没有配合的那么好，还可以更好。
Maybe it's about teamwork. We can become better.
Welcome back, guys. That was Judd, the newcomer team. The BSE has dominating the top charts. As you can see that, he's really being humble about how they defeated Nova. They didn't really expect to defeat Nova. Like, Nova was being the previous champion of last season, and they didn't even really think about winning over Nova, but they always tried their best. And obviously this match, they defeated Nova, the previous champion. So they're really surprised too. So I'm really surprised too as well. So yeah, BSE done a really nice job of teamwork, and also they just want to improve that teamwork over time, because nobody's perfect. Like, they still have a lot of room to improve, as their teamwork in the early game might be a little bit more improvised, as the first game kind of didn't really go well for them in the beginning, but later on they actually did pretty outperform themselves pretty well. So obviously a lot of work is still to be done here, and hopefully BSE can remain this humble, remain this BSE as BSE themselves, and keep doing what they're doing, and eventually they'll reach the championship in no time. So hopefully good luck to BSE, and in the meantime we are going into our match 2 next. But before that, we're gonna take a small break, and we are to be right back. OK，
acontecendo de novo. Não sei porquê, mas sempre chove quando estou numa missão. Meu nome é Lan. Sou um assassino de guia. Meu alvo dessa vez é uma criança chamada Kayla. Ela me salvou. Ela não deve ter ideia de quem eu sou. Uma ilha deserta. Parece que vamos ficar aqui por um tempo. Naquele dia eu percebi como estava vivendo nas sombras. E que só um pouquinho de luz dava uma nova perspectiva para tudo. Eu matei inúmeras pessoas na minha vida. Já era hora de chegar a minha vez. Não é tão ruim. Mas me sinto exausto. Olha, parece que a chuva parou. Que bonito.
Last time, we talked about hero design. In this Dev Talk, let's take a look at the stage upon which Honor of Kings heroes perform, the Hero's Gorge. We aim to provide a fun and enjoyable gaming experience in the Gorge, employing the visual design of the map and different battlefield mechanics to continuously deliver opportunities for players to feel the joy of competitive fighting. To this end, we are always seeking answers to these questions. What features do players enjoy most? How can we make a MOBA map rich and interesting? Speaking of the visual design of the Gorge map, we use 3 principles: clarity, uniqueness, and balance. Clarity means that the environment itself clearly conveys the battlefield information relevant to MOBA combat. From the very beginning of a match, the natural environment and special effects change, guiding the players along their lane. After defeating the Clash Lane's teleportation flower, players can teleport to the center of the other side of the river, allowing them to roam and provide support more quickly. Textures on the ground help to show the attack range of the crystals and the towers, the movement range of jungle monsters, and more. Uniqueness means that the Gorge is based on the unique world of Honor of Kings, integrating multiple cultures and their special traits and symbols to create a one-of-a-kind combat environment. The design language of the red and blue sides of the Gorge, curved and straight, are derived from our thinking on the world's cultures. The curves on the red side are inspired by the symbols of ancient Neolithic cultures, reflecting humanity's imagination at that time, as well as their observation and worship of nature. In contrast, the right angles of the blue side incorporate Eastern Bronze Age concepts of machinery. It was at this time that humans began manipulating nature and evolved technology to craft things themselves. The endless vitality of the Gorge landscape is also another important feature. We want the Gorge to be lush with all kinds of life: evergreen pines, fish swimming in streams and the river, and leaves swaying in the wind. Not only should it be abundant with nature, but there should be signs of human life as well. Human activity is a highlight of all forms of life, so the Gorge has a variety of human-made scenery: the stone of sorcery on the farm lane, broken bottles and jars, as well as other traces of the people who once lived there. Balance means that both teams have the same potential for victory, creating an atmosphere of fair competition for all players. The design language of both sides is different, but we work hard to ensure the overall visual feeling is the same, to avoid creating any psychological bias that might favor one team. From a standpoint of the design's visual intensity, the energy, technology, materials, etc. of both teams correspond exactly. Regarding resources, both teams' crystals, towers, and azure or crimson golems are placed in symmetrical locations on the map. Providing a fun, competitive experience for players isn't all about beautiful graphics. The design of battlefield mechanics is extremely important as well. The core design concept of the Honor of Kings battlefield is fun for all. Players on every lane can get a sense of achievement and recognition, creating an environment where everyone can have their highlight moments and contribute to the victory. Speaking of for all, we must consider the traits and habits of players on every lane, while also taking into consideration fun and competition. Regarding pacing, in a match that lasts around 15 minutes, players focus on self-protection in the early game. Laning players kill minions to earn gold, while in the allied jungle, players experience less damage. The quick resurrection time and the healing dew behind towers help ensure growth during the game's early phase. In the mid-game, players should aim to gain a gold advantage and look for chances to turn the tide. A fight over a core resource like the Overlord or Tyrant may be enough to break the rhythm of one side and give the other an advantage. In the late game, the crucial resource of the Tempest Dragon appears, provoking even fiercer combat. Defeating the Tempest Dragon provides players with benefits such as shields and damage buffs, as well as stronger Tempest Vanguard on lanes. The fight for this single resource can be the key to victory. When it comes to fun, we aim to provide players with conditions that will lead to frequent, small-scale team fights, promoting a competitive experience. Lanes should be cleared quickly to avoid getting stuck in long and tedious fighting on lanes. This incentivizes players to roam and gank after clearing their lane, generating interaction with the opposing team. The design of the lane river sprite also provides opportunities for combat. During team fights, every player has their chance to shine. For example, support players may find it hard to get kill streaks, but they can still get the perfect crowd control feat from assists. In this Dev Talk, we have aimed to share the team's thoughts on battlefield design. We hope you will have a thrilling and highlight-filled combat experience in the Gorge of Honor of Kings and get a taste of the true fun of MOBA competition. That's all for this Dev Talk. Stay tuned for the next one. For more insights on version updates and improvements, keep an eye on Ying's column on our official social media channels. That's where we collect all of your questions and do our best to provide you with answers. We look forward to your feedback and suggestions.
Parece mais trabalho pra mim. Cadê você?
Ai, não. Não podem me ver aqui.
O quê? Pelas costas? Que vergonha! Ainda tem alguém aqui. Ei! Fica tranquilo, tá sob controle.
Ai, que burra!
Deixa comigo!
Tem que sair daqui!
Ei, é perigoso aqui, vai!
Ah, não! Tudo bem, eu tô bem aqui!
Lata velha! Você ainda tá aqui? Vai!
vou te enfrentar!
Yi, você não deve se importar. Se sua lança partir, não é ela que te torna uma heroína. O que faz?
O que faz?
De um herói, um herói.
De um herói, é a luz em seu coração. Uma luz brilhante que queima mesmo sem fogo. Fogo selvagem! Ai, que irado! Eu consegui fazer o fogo selvagem! Que irado! Eu consegui!
Fogo! Ah, não! Eu tô pegando fogo!
Eu fiz a fogo! Eu fiz!
Não machuquem ela. Só peguem o mecha.
Ninguém me segura! Lança ardente! E aí, Brasil? Corte ardente!
Dear players, as the S1 finals come to a close, the much-anticipated 2023 KAW Season 2 is set to begin again. 12 teams from Malaysia, Japan, Philippines, Korea, Myanmar, Laos, and Nepal will compete for a total of 500,000 yuan, award over 25 match days.
The first pentakill of the season, KAW, and there you go.
The regular season will kick off on July 27th with 2 rounds. In the first round of the regular season, the 12 teams will be divided into 2 groups based on the S1 competition points. The top 6 teams in the Season 1 will directly enter Group A. The rest of the teams in S1 and the teams newly joined in S2 will enter Group B. Teams from each group will be playing against each other in a BO2 single round-robin format in 9 days, with 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 point for a loss. After the first round, the qualification for the game will be determined based on the point ranking. The teams ranked 5th and 6th in Group A and top 2 teams in Group B will compete for promotion and relegation format in 2 BO5 games on August 11th. The winning 2 teams will enter Group A in the second round, and the losers will enter Group B. The second round of the regular season will start on August 13th. All teams will have their past points cleared and will participate in a 9-day intra-group BO2 single round robin. After the game, all teams in Group A and the top 2 teams in Group B will qualify for the playoffs, while the remaining 4 teams will be eliminated. After the regular season comes to an end, the playoffs will start on August 31st. The 8 qualifying teams will compete in a 5-day double elimination competition, as shown in the diagram, for the 2 tickets to the finals. The much-anticipated KAW League Season 2 finals will take place on September 7th. There will be a BO7 single elimination competition, and when the game is at 3-3, it will enter the Ultimate Battle Mode. And then the first team to win 4 games will be crowned the Ultimate Champion. Finally, we are pleased to announce that the champion of the KAW Season 2 will be directly for the 2023 KIC Wildcard Qualified competition, and they will compete with teams from other countries and regions for a place in the 2023 Honor of Kings International Championship. Who is favored to win the championship? Let us look forward to it together.
To see that one-on-one, and here's the first blood. It's no match for X-Hero. Double kill on Byron. Triple kill on Byron. And the slam goes down. And here is the counter-strike coming back from Fennel. He's agreed to get the triple kill on... Always sticking one. That's 4 CCs right there. My shit is going in. Clean up this summon sheet. That is going to be a fabulous crowd control. And JS is going crazy. Double kill. And another fabulous crowd control. As well, and here's going to be Dante's ultimate at the right time. Here is now back here for Bushi already getting those damage out one by one. Bushi is still alive, but still gets taken out by this Nova quadra kill for Munchi.
kill.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, back to our KAW playoffs of Season 2 as we are moving into our match number 2 with our Impunity on our left side versus RCG on the right. Definitely, this is going to be another exciting battle. As I mentioned before, Impunity has been around for a very long time as they competed also in the KIC as well. So RCG also been pretty much of a veteran as they both are in Season 1. And now they're competing against each other in the playoffs. And I feel like they already competed each other before, but in this Season 2, just to, have a number of statistics, RCG has won 3 games against Impunity. On the other hand, Impunity only won 1 game against RCG. So, judging from the numbers, you can see that RCG definitely has improved significantly from the Season 1 compared to Season 2. So that 3 wins does means that they have that second place in the upper brackets. So they're facing the third place, which is Impunity in the upper brackets. So yeah, it's gonna be a close battle as these two teams are pretty similar in that skill level, comparing to these numbers from this season. And judging from the fact that, RCG has been improving so much lately, I feel like RCG does have the potential to take this BO5. I don't know about you, but I feel like Impunity has been slipping up a little bit. I'm not sure is the composition, is the team, the communication. However, Impunity wants to be that aggressive player, the super notorious player team that in Season 1. They did a lot better in Season 1, but obviously in Season 2, they were competing with the Group A's all the time. But they still remain to be in that top tier position. So these top tier positions include Impunity, RCG, Nova, and also BSC, as we mentioned back in game number 1 as the match 1 today. But let's take a look at the data comparisons here of these two marksmen. We got Up on the left, we got Sadness on the right. The total kills, you can see right off the bat, Sadness definitely got that better statistics. Maybe because Up didn't really join in on our first season of the regular stage. He really joined in a little bit later. So I would say, definitely Sadness has the upper numbers. But over here, damage per minute, you gotta see true numbers. 782 versus 759. So Up definitely is gonna be the more deadly assassin doing that damage per minute. Total kills, Sadness has that as he has more games in this season. Let's take a look at the overall data comparison for both teams. These are the team total kills, 216 versus 185. Obviously RCG, I've been mentioning, they've been improving a lot, so they've been killing a lot of, members. They've been killing a lot of the team. The team is gonna be having that better number in that total kills. And obviously the goal is gonna be a lot more because the more kill you have, the more goal you're gonna have in the HOK game. And the damage taken per minute seems like they also have that better number. So RCG over here, the numbers gonna be better versus Impunity. So Impunity definitely want to catch up if they do want to move on to that next playoff. But I feel like RCG shouldn't have a problem against Impunity now, since the progress they made so far is so significant. You can see that 10x, the commander of the team, and also their support, it's been handling every battle pretty nicely, I would say. So definitely Impunity want to watch out because RCG actually took away the 2-0 from one of the BO2s, and one of the BO2s ended up with a tie. So this is gonna be super cool here to see they are facing each other again in the playoffs. So right off the bat, Impunity definitely want to target that 10x. I feel like that 10x is gonna be that person that Impunity is always gonna target because he is the jungler of RCG, and he's really aggressive with those assassin jungles. and also he's been playing tankier jungles lately. So yeah, Impunity is doing everything to ban out the jungle player. Maybe RCG want to target Megumi and that Taijin, but yeah, RCG, they do want to target that Megumi always, and also banning out that Da Chao does be, put them out in a lot of trouble here. Impunity does get the first pick. However, RCG get the counter pick. Let's see what they have to choose here for this game number 1. Game number 1 is super crucial because whoever gets game number 1 gonna have less pressure in the next game and so forth. So RCG bringing it in hot and heavy. We're going with Jianfei, we're going with Xiahou Dun. The front line is gonna be there. The tankiness, the warrior. So the tankiness is pretty much covered. We got Jianfei for the vision, we got Xiahou Dun for the tank. Those two serve pretty much as a protection, as a bodyguard for everyone in RCG. Impunity, however, they maybe want to go for some kind of Agudor kind of composition where, using the Shenbing and Agudor, creating some kind of aura that can push the team forward. Maybe going with the pushing strategy where a lot of monsters, a lot of jungle creatures that helps the friendly neighborhoods of Impunity, pushing that way forward even more. So RCG is there to stop that, and Yixin is a great choice to counter that push, because Yixin's abilities can really put down those chessboards, like those Go chessboards, and putting that stun, putting that smaller AoE effect in the areas of Agudor. So yeah, a great mage to pick if you want to slow things down for your opponent. On the other hand, RCG is banning out Byron. So they already banned their support. They're targeting their top laner, X-Hero. Definitely you want to target an X-Hero because he's a great top laner. Do a lot of miracles in the recent games in the past. So definitely RCG want to target their up as well. Target their up, also target their X-Hero is one of the strategies that RCG want to do. But there's so many people that RCG want to target. Impunity, they just want to target one person. They want to target 10X. 10X is not going to get Nuna. It's not going to get Miyamoto Musashi. It's not going to get Zhao Huijin. And definitely not Jing. So what's 10X has left? They have the tankier jungler, which they're still not getting used to. I would say 10X is going to be better with the assassins as he play assassins more. But over here, Impunity locking down the Ma Chao, and wow, it actually synergizes really well. You see, Shenbing's second ability gain a speed boost. Also, the aura of the Agudor gains a speed boost too. And that speed boost translates into attack damage by this X-Hero, by Ma Chao. So the faster this Ma Chao is moving, the higher damage he's gonna deal. So wow, this is a great synergized composition here coming from Impunity. And yes, I feel like the core is gonna be X-Hero, Linfen, and Megumi. As long as these three stays together, they can do a massive amount of damage. And you can expect to see these three just switching lanes up and down across the map, just having a great time pushing. But RCG is not gonna sit around, and Sadness actually is going with a Luban number 7. Luban number 7 here, the difference is that Jianfei is going to be protecting Luban number 7 instead of Taijin, instead of Luban Master. He's going to have Jianfei. It might be some kind of vulnerability for Luban number 7, because Jianfei's second ability only can protect him for like this short amount of time. And I feel like Jianfei is gonna switch to that offensive mode where he gonna, land that ability and reducing the attack of their enemies. So in the beginning, Jianfei, it can be a good protection, but towards the late game, towards the mid game, who is there to protect this backpack kid who is Luban number 7? So that's the question that, that's the problem that RCG has to face. So let's see if they can deal with this problem, and let's see how they handle it. So this is going to be Impunity on the left, on the blue, versus RCG on the right, on the red. And I'm your caster, Get for today's second match of our playoffs. Game number 1. Here we go. Seems like John Fei want to keep an eye on that red just in case Impunity go for that red, and Agudo is so fast cleaning up those jungles with that ability of his, and his unique ability allows to kill or persuade the jungle monster on their side for for a long time. So yeah, the way that the Agudo cleans the jungle is a little bit differently. Instead of killing the monsters, he persuades the monster to be his friend. But already, so much action at the top. Uqing versus X0. And, X0 is super fast with those reinforcements. And with Shen Bing by its side, and the first blood, in the meantime, already getting picked up by Sadness. That was a solo kill. Well, Heart came to help for a little bit, but damage mostly is dealt by Luban number 7. So much damage right here by Luban number 7. I feel like the top X0 and Megumi are gonna stay together for a long time. Here is gonna be Sadness targeting here. The CC's coming back, actually drawing up backwards into the tower, so allows Luban number 7 to walk in and have that range enough just to kill this Gunshan Li. So great play already from RCG, gaining the first blood, and here is gonna be Yixing using the ultimate but misses. Nobody get caught in that cage. However, Sadness still farming like an animal right now. Definitely he has more go versus this Gunshan Li. Gunshan Li used the frenzy. Here's the help coming in from Yuhan. Yuhan still want to chase down that Gunshan Li. Here's the help. He still have the ultimate available, but it's not able to save Luban because the AoE, the Shaolin come in, taking out that Luban number 7. So that's the problem here. I was mentioning in the beginning, who is going to be there to protect Luban number 7 in the later stages of the game. But I feel like Shen Bing is always going to help this X0. I feel like Shen Bing and Ma Chao are best friends. Like, they're not going to separate. They're going to stay together forever as best friends on top. And yeah, Agudo also getting interrupted, almost getting that creep and setting up that barrier, setting that aura, that circle for X0 is gonna allow him to be so much faster and more lethal with those spears that poking into the face of their opponent. So Megumi is backing down on the downside here to help that Gunshan Li a little bit. Because this Zhang Fei is always with Luban number 7, so it's gonna be harder for Up to gain some solo kill over Sadness. So definitely maybe Megumi wanna come down after the advantage situation is set up on the Clash lane. And I feel like X0 is already ahead. So then Shen Bing can leave Megumi. I mean, Shen Bing can leave X0 and kind of help out the other lanes a little bit more. First torrent, not actually getting taken out yet, but the first Tyrant is gonna be out. Here is RCG using that ultimate. And over here, in the meantime, the solo kill X0 getting the kill on Alien at the top side. So I would say solo lane wise, the top is doing really good for Impunity, and the bottom lane, solo lane Sadness is doing really well too against Up. So they both have their advantages, but I feel like X0 does have a higher advantage versus Sadness because they already took down the top lane tower, and it's gonna be trouble for this RCG. RCG getting knocked down by Shamonshi. This Zhang Fei goes down. And you can see the solo kill at the top. Uqing try to use that blade, double blade, using it, but it's not tanky enough, and he doesn't really have that ultimate here in order to get up. Here's another attempt to go for that Sadness. X0 is just being super aggressive, moving around the map at a really high speed. He can just travels faster. I feel like he traveled faster than Guang Yu for like a second here. Because also with that ability that he's having the sprint. So when he activates that ability, that Summoner's ability, it allows him to sprint for a pretty long time. I would say like 10 seconds of speed boost. And allow him to travel around the map or around the battlefield at a super high speed here. Wu Ching getting that Spark Forge dagger. Seems like he's gonna go all damage. Like Alien is gonna go all damage, as there is no tank pretty much on Impunity. So definitely Alien going all damage is good. Is gonna be a good thing. The only tank they have is Agudor, and Agudor is gonna be harder to take down. Every time you take him down, he's gonna separate himself from his monster, so it's gonna allow him to stay alive for a very long time here. 10X still struggling a little bit to gain control of the jungle here, but definitely Impunity is gaining that control as they control the top lane a little bit more here, and Agudor just dominating the jungle. So their top lane, their jungle, and also their bottom lane is not doing so good right now. I feel like Impunity is being the Impunity that they are from season number 1. So yeah, and you can see the aggressiveness from Impunity. When they're at the playoff, they're so serious. Like, there's no playing around. And they want this win. They want the championship. And they are hungry right now. Here's the ultimate draw from Wu Ching. Wu Ching has to back up. He has no HP left. 10X goes down. So much damage from up. Up still doing a lot of damage. And getting that Doomsday is going to help him a lot. And continually, Impunity are continuing to push into the jungle, also gaining the vision of the jungle as well. So there's a lot of vision here, and they're feeling really comfortable of engaging and diving. And yes, here is gonna be RCG all saddle up here in the mid lane, and definitely who is there to protect Luban number 7 as Yuhan not gonna be having enough protection on this Luban number 7, and who is gonna protect him from all that poke damage from Shenmeng Shi? So yes, a lot of loopholes for Impunity to find out. Again, Impunity always get a great lockdown of those jungles. Here is gonna be the Agudor throwing that ultimate in, using that big body of the animal to throw a CC combo here. Another poke damage from the back. X0 doing some kiting of the damage. And the top tower of the second tier is going to be gone. Impunity is doing it really aggressively. You can see, like, it's not even 10 minutes. They already took down the second tier tower on the top. And look at the goal of Ma Chao. 6.5. It's crazy the way he navigates execution. X0 is doing a great job, and wow, nobody can catch him. He is so fast right now. I feel like even Alien with that ultimate is gonna be hard to chase down X0. And Ma Chao is a great hero. It's a super hard hero to play, super challenging, but the challenging is gonna be worth it because the reward is gonna be totally worth it. Because he can fight and not fight at any time. He can engage and disengage at will. The speed he has, look at Sunbeam's second ability. He is going crazy. X0 is behind enemy lines, getting 2 kills, getting another kill here on Junpei. Still managed to walk out of the base. That is crazy right here. And Impunity, Lin Fun, and the rest of the group are pushing on this top tower. Mid tower goes down, almost taking it down right here any second now. And they're just gonna use that monster, the jungle monster friends, to take the last tower down in the mid, and they're moving on to their bottom tower. Super aggressiveness, the composition is working out right. The bomb drop, Wu Ching goes down. Wu Ching is the weakness at the top, and Ma Chao is unstoppable right now. I feel like Ma Chao didn't even die once yet. Not yet. And the way he used those heroes is crazy. I feel like Ma Chao isn't like a meta hero in this patch, but it's all about the skill. Once you have that skill to play Ma Chao, you just have the advantage, you know. As long as you have that ability to play a certain hero, if you master a certain hero, you pretty much master everything, and you can pretty much, you know, even non-meta, you can use Ma Chao even to beat those meta heroes. So yeah, it's not about the hero now, it's all about the player and how he operates. And we are going into the final phase here as Impunity are making its engagements on the crystal. And wow, look at that damage coming from Ma Chao. Yixing goes down. Ma Chao double kill. Can he do a triple kill? He is doing so much damage, and he has Wu Qing in the back. Wu Qing is not doing much, and Heart goes down. Only 10x left, and that means Impunity is closer to getting the win, and that's gonna be ace for RCG. And congratulations to Impunity for gaining the first win in our day 2 of the playoff. And wow, super aggressive here with this composition. I feel like this composition is already practiced, already trained. Like it's already been approved by their coaches. And yes, we've seen this composition in other contests as well. You can see Ma Chao and Agudor and Shunbin. They all work fairly well, you know, using that speed boost and also that HP recovery allows Ma Chao to have that a great start, you know, having Ma Chao to start on the good foot. So yeah, Ma Chao pretty much dominated the top lane. Alien really couldn't do anything. Like Alien didn't really have that support that the team needed. I feel like RCG would have just helped out the top a little bit more, but 10x wasn't really playing as the assassin jungler, so this travel time to get there, it's a little bit slow. The reinforcements wasn't coming in, you know, fast enough for RCG, so that's a point that Impunity took advantage of, and they helped the top lane to pull that gap even further. X-Hero has so much advantage at the top lane. All the priority, you know, went to X-Hero, the way he cleaned up the lanes. And by that mid game, you can see who has the better go and who has the most go. That's gonna be X-Hero, sitting in at like 6 to 7k go, the number one person with the most go in that team at that moment, and ending the game with the most go also here. 4-0-5, over 10k go, and maybe like around like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, Ma Chao having 10k go. So that means his damage is way off the chart. And then he has that sprint, he has that aura of Agudor, he has the second ability of Shunbin. So every time he used that spear, that piercing spear into the enemy, he's doing a lot of damage. I would say maybe like 1,000 or 2,000 per poke. So yeah, like I'm not sure like if, you know, Luba number 7 can survive that. I'm not even sure. Like I feel like the Yixing only can take 2 hits from this Ma Chao, and he went down pretty fast. So definitely this Ma Chao is super dangerous in the hands of X-Hero. And you can see that total go just way off the charts here for Ma Chao. And also the tower advantage, you can see that 8 versus 0. RCG didn't really get towers, and I feel like they should get into less team fights. But the pressure was there by Impunity. Like they have Agudor, they have the pushing power. And I just feel like RCG, they have to choose a composition can stop this Ma Chao and stop this pushing from Agudor. And here is gonna be your MVP, X-Hero, taking away the win of the MVP here. Damage dealt 18.1%, 4-0-5 on the KDA. And the fast speed, the swiftness of this hero is impeccable. And the way he execution was, you know, flawless. The way he fights. There's the tower dive, 1v1 solo kill underneath the tower. So that's to show you how fast X-Hero is with that ability, and picking up one spear and throwing out another spear allows him to connect the spear simultaneously, and you know, so smoothly, like back-to-back kills right here. And also here is gonna be Hart going down in 2 pokes, 2 hits. He goes down. Luban number 7 probably go down like in 2 hits also. So double kill for X Hero at that moment. And at that moment, I knew the game is already over because Luban number 7 goes down, Hart goes down. There's not enough CCs to stop this Ma Chao. And Uching wasn't able to do anything at that point because he was getting pressure at the top. And yeah, this RCG was falling behind so much at the top lane, and they just get overwhelmed by Ma Chao and the rest of the members of RCG. So definitely, I love the strategy that this Impunity team has been pulling out, and they pull out quite a lot of these great strategies, like this Ma Chao combination. I've only seen like other teams play Ma Chao, so I haven't seen a lot of Ma Chao, but every time a Ma Chao is out, you can definitely expect to see some great actions and some great outplays from this hero. So hopefully Impunity, got what they needed to get them fired up, and they just coming back really strong here, taking away the round 1. Definitely is not what I expected. RCG definitely want to, keep their guards up as they are moving into round number 2 of this playoff. And yeah, still a lot of choices for RCG. RCG, I feel like their composition wasn't the protection wasn't there, and there wasn't any like great initialization. They only have Junfei, which unless you combine it with some kind of other composition, but they were lacking some damage. Once Luban number 7 gets taken out, like only Alien was able to do some small damage, but he was lacking behind. So Xiaohouden was there to do the tankiness, but the damage wasn't enough at the end. Like pretty much no firepower here from this composition. Also over here, Impunity does have this synergized composition. I do like it more versus RCG's composition, but hopefully RCG is able to rev that engine up and also come back and getting the win back from Impunity. So RCG right now on the blue side, and Impunity is going to be on the red side now. And yes, we are going into our game number 2. Seems like someone should also getting banned out. Maybe you want to ban out that Da Chao, because if you do not want to ban out that Da Chao in the first round of BP, I feel like Impunity is going to get it. Impunity definitely want to grab that Da Chao, but RCG might grab it for themselves. So maybe maybe Impunity want to ban that Da Chao as well. So yes, definitely, because blue sides get the first pick, and RCG, what's it gonna be? And they're gonna take away Taijian, because if you don't grab Taijian, Megumi is gonna grab it right away. So BP, not a problem yet with RCG. RCG just locking down that Taijian. Also, Impunity is going with that Byron, maybe the Xiahou combo here. Definitely a dynamic duo. The double trouble is here. The double crowd control, the one go combo is working pretty well for those 2 heroes. RCG, on the other hand, looking to pick up this Jing, as 10X wasn't able to get Jing in the first game. So he's going to be feeling a lot more comfortable to play a hero that he knows a lot better versus the other heroes. So 10X playing that Jing is going to be one of his signature heroes, and also Hart getting that Garo for Sadness is going to be really effective. So this Taijian and this Garo is going to be super dangerous in the late game. Impunity getting that Mai Shinui. I haven't seen Mai Shinui in a long time, so this is cool though. So super aggressive, and Shaolin is really great with that Mai Shinui. And expecting a lot of camps here in the mid. And I like this, they ban out Jing-chan, so maybe they want to ban out Haya as well, because Haya can really be that mid lane that RCG might want to pick up. Here's Luban Master getting banned out here, and Impunity still have a choice to ban out Haya or some other character as well. Oh, they went all in. They want protection. They want to take out those heroes that can restrict Impunity from doing those damages. So Haya is, and also Jin-chan is going to be one of those heroes that restricts a lot of damages coming in from Impunity. And Impunity, Megumi might want to play that Shulie as support. A lot of firepower here, like the combos are coming in. It's just ridiculous. We got the knockup from Shulie, the knockup from Mai Shinui. All these heroes right now, they all have knockup. And without Jin-chan, without Haya, there's still Shisu for the job. And Shisu is pretty much, I would say Shisu has to be careful because you do not want to be pulling the wrong person. They can pull Sulin, I feel like it's not going to be that effective. They had to pull at least, you know, Shaolin or Up. But I feel like Up already had that second ability, like Purify, built into his kit. So it's going to be harder for Heart to pull in that Diren-jit. So definitely want to wait for Uchin to make the move. I feel like RCG does have that better AoE to start the team fight. If Uchin goes in and you get rid of Diren-jit's second ability, this allows Shisu to make the move on Diren-jit, but only if Diren-jit, you know, falls for it. So it's gonna be really hard here for RCG to make some initiation on the Impunity. Impunity, however, does have a lot of firepower. Like once they get the stun on anybody, like individually, you can expect everyone to go for that same character. So definitely want to watch it for the Shisu. And also this Minpo, definitely you do not want to die too early. Because if this Minpo goes down, no frontline for RCG. Alright. Feel like the start of the game match of our game number 2. As I mentioned, RCG is on the left, on the blue, versus Impunity on the right, on the red. And we have a temporary pause here by Team Blue. Seems like RCG is trying to get some connectivity issue fixed up right now, but we will go back into the game as soon as possible. But yeah, RCG composition, Shisu, super squishy. I'm not sure RCG is able to pull it off, as they have Shulie with the extra life and also the tankiness of the front line. So if they pull any front lines forward, it's gonna be really hard for RCG to take them down. So, you know, make sure those pulls is gonna be super effective. So pulling the right person is RCG. They have to focus. If they can manage to pull the like Mai Shinui or, you know, some kind of like Diren-jit without his second ability, then cool. You can take down their main carry. It's gonna be good. But if you can't really do that, and at those critical timing, Impunity is gonna get the jump on you. And once Impunity get the jump on you, they won't stop. They're just gonna continue to invade once they get that strategy. So yeah, the match has been paused due to a network connectivity issue. So we are fixing it right now, and we are getting back into the game ASAP. So wait for those updates to be in effect. But yeah, Impunity already got the first win, so the pressure is going to be back for RCG. Obviously, Impunity wanting to take that 3-0. So I'm feeling like they're coming out for blood right now, because they choosing the Mai Shinui, they're choosing the meta heroes here, and yeah, they've been covering a lot of spaces in this game. So yeah, you can expect to see the best of Impunity in the playoff, because once they make it into the playoff, I feel like it's a whole new different environment, and they just get better and better somehow. I don't know, like maybe this pressure works well for Impunity. The more pressure Impunity has, the better they're gonna perform. Let's see if that's true here. RCG try to take this blue, but Minfun is gonna be there. RCG still able to get that blue, but you have to realize here, they still have the jungle protection. It's still before the 4 minutes, so Impunity might want to back off here. but being the aggressive team that they are, they really want to go for that blue, but Linfen didn't get it in time, but manages to survive and kind of to see where the Jing starts for this game. So Jing start at the blue, and he's gonna move his way down to the red, and 10X is gonna go maybe ganking the bottom lane, I'm expecting. But let's see if that do happen. But I feel like he's gonna walk around the river and might run into this Shu Lid from Impunity. The fight is gonna be happening in the blue jungle of the Impunity, and great RCG 10X is able to get that kill and get that first blood on Linfen, as Linfen is kind of behind. He is not level 4 yet, so it's gonna be really dangerous to be there if you're not level 4. And yeah, 10X already level 4, and so much burst damage is coming from Jing. He was able to take down that first blood so easily, and also Heart did a great manipulation pull right there. So far so good for RCG. Like, as long as they pull the right member, it's good. Like, and I feel like RCG does have that burst damage available from 10X to kill those front line. And RCG is still playing it really safely, just in the beginning. Try to farm up, and Jing is gonna do a lot better farming here versus Linfen. And yeah, Impunity just have to watch for that 10X. Watch how he farms and just keep an eye on him. Kind of targeting this 10X. You can expect 10X to get a lot of gold, as RCG pretty much letting the resources to pour into this Jing, to pour into 10X. So she's the mid lane and the top lane already going into the pockets of 10X. 10X and Sadness is pretty much is gonna be the carries this game. Try to carry the team for a win. The Impunity, as long as they get some, knockups, I feel like it's gonna be good. They need to get something rolling. Impunity might wanna get some, maybe a team fight going, because they're super good at team fights. They have the knockup, they have the AoE that they needed to do those damage. Also, the burst damage coming in from Shaolin is super dangerous, but they have to be extra careful. Maybe take down Heart first. Maybe take down one of the controls from RCG. If you're gonna engage them in the open, it's gonna be super difficult. RCG has that Sadness for the extra reach. Also, this Limpo is gonna be in the front line, so it's gonna be harder to reach the front back line here. X0 in trouble. 10X still chasing down X0. X0 goes down. Limpo misses the first stun. Here comes my Shinui with the combo wombo, and he goes down, taking 10X with him. X0 goes down. 10X goes down with him, and RCG over here doing the super aggressive push.
Destroyed a turret. Blue team has destroyed a turret.
And RCG knows that, you have to lead the lane. So I'm just gonna get a push on you. So first tower goes into Impunity, but that's a trade-off here. 1-for-1 tower. So not bad start for RCG. I feel like 10X, when he plays assassin jungler, he's more confident. He can really command the battlefield. And as long as 10X has that go advantage, it shouldn't be a problem. He can just take down burst damage and clean up the whole squad by himself. Here is the Tyrant at the first 4 minutes. RCG kind of surrounding this part of the river, try to get some visions for 10X to move in. But here 10X getting the blue is interrupted by Linfen. Linfen goes in. 10X is falling really low HP. Here's the knockup coming in from Limpo. Here is the flash coming from up, avoiding that damage. And this Limpo is going to be in trouble. Everyone is going to gain up on him. I don't think he's going to survive alone, but the extra life is going to bring him back but he's gonna fall again. There's gonna be Megumi in the front, getting the extra life also built into his passive. He came back to life. That's gonna be 1-0 trade here for Impunity. And Impunity, like what I tell you, like one person goes in and they're gonna use all their ability to target that person. And it's gonna be more deadly as the game progresses. Up is gonna have that go card, and once that go card hits, it's gonna lower your defense, magical defense, physical defense. So yeah, whoever get hit by Impunity's CCs is gonna be really crucial, because once they get you, you're pretty much out of the battle. Like, RCG has to be careful, because once they're a man too short, they're gonna have a harder time to engage into those battles. Definitely you want to engage with the full members, and maybe engage like before 4v5 and wait for 10x to initiate some damage. Definitely you want to find a great position for Garo, and not having your tank too far away from your ADC, because you want your ADC to be there to do the damages, and the tank can only hold on for so long. So definitely you want to hold on until that ADC can actually do the maximum amount of damage. So we are going into another pause right now. They're getting a fix ASAP. Right now Impunity, as we say, they're super aggressive. So, you know, RCG might want to play that into their advantage. Kind of use some hero as bait. Kind of want to use that heart to use that ability to lock down on Impunity and kind of get one of the members one by one. So maybe that's a strategy RCG want to use here as they're fighting Impunity. And yeah, Impunity getting a lot more better in the playoffs. I'm not sure if it's, you know, the playoff, or is it the intensity of the tournament. As they reach closer and closer to the championship, they just magically gain this ability to fight better. I can remember it in last season too, when they competed in the finals against Nova. They were just being super aggressive. Also, after every single round that they took down Nova, Nova came back, but after Nova came back, they also came back also. So, you know, the more power you give to Impunity, Impunity is gonna do a lot more better. So yeah, the intensity, I feel like it's the same for RCG, as they already lost the first round. So the pressure is gonna be higher here for RCG. So definitely they want to try a little bit harder than usual. Here's the 10x still farming at the top. I feel like 10x Go is gonna be the #1 on the side of RCG, as he is at level 10 and level 11 already. And getting that timer is gonna help them to gain more Go advantage. But the Go is not far apart, so definitely the next deciding battle. We gotta check that out here. Nimpo checking the grass. Here is everyone fighting for the blue. Blue is gonna go into the hands of 10x. 10x managed to get that blue back. And right now, everybody just trying to fight for that river control. When you get the river control, it's better because you get the chance to have more engage of the tyrants or the overlord. But in this case, I feel like Impunity does have that better control over here. But I remember the last time it was taken by RCG, so yeah, they did a really good timing, even though like Impunity is there. Here's the poke coming in. Linfen has to use the ultimate to back out here. Here's Megumi, try to go in for the ultimate. The push wasn't landed. Here's Nimpo going in. Double knockup on both sides. RCG's 10x going in on Xiaohouden. Xiaohouden escaped, but he is still dancing in that mirror blade. And wow, look at that. Megumi goes down with the second life, and he's going to be coming back. Here's the combo. One Shaolin. Shaolin took down 10x. 10x goes down. That's going to be the cue for Impunity to move in. Once 10x goes down, they're not much of a threat anymore. Only Sadness is going to be there left to take those damages, also to do those damages as well.
Has destroyed
the members of Impunity. So definitely Shaolin did a great job here. Here's the pole coming in.
Slain an enemy.
And it's gonna be a successful one. Megumi goes down. But Impunity already getting that blue in their hands. And they just wanna, smash and grab, leave the situation. They already came for what they needed, so grabbing the blue is always a great strategy. Linfen gets that. Always deny the resources of your opponent. And the goal is finally equalized here. Impunity is slightly ahead in goal, but I feel like it's about to change in a second as we move into our another skirmish. Yes, 10X definitely do not want to start to engage first, as this Shaolin is going to be saving all his ability to get this 10X. So he has to be extra careful. Here is going to be Nimpo getting stunned, but the immunity allows him to escape, and that fan almost hit Nimpo, but Nimpo managed to survive and walked out. Here is going to be 10X, facing some pressure here from Maishinui, and Impunity just grabbing everything they can inside the jungle of RCG. And this is the 10 minutes. Everything's gonna be a lot quicker after the Tyrant, the Shadow Overlord pops up. Impunity wanting to take the Shadow Tyrant, the Dark Tyrant, but RCG is not letting them do so, but they have to leave as the lane are getting pushed in the mid. It's gonna be a lot of pressure here for RCG still using Nimpo and Taijun to check the visions, and Impunity constantly putting a lot of pressure on 10X, also on the blue areas of RCG. But right now they want to back it off right now. Everybody want to cool down, and definitely the later of the stage of the game, you have to be super calm. The calmer you are, the better you're going to execute. And RCG taking the breather right now, just refocus of what they wanted to do. Here's gonna be Megumi. Megumi still have that passive of that second life, just ready to engage if possible. Here's gonna be Shisu in a great position, but he gets knocked up. Heart still looking for the better window, but the tower is not gonna hold at the bottom any longer. And time is going to be running out for RCG here as Impunity is crushing their jungle right now. And the smite is going to be landing down on Linfen. Linfen getting that red. Yuhan is going to be trouble. He has to run away. Here's the Nimpo knockup here. And another tower falls for RCG. 10X go into the back line, almost taking down that X-Hero. But the damage is not enough, so they have to back off. Definitely RCG want to do something more proactive, but it's just so hard right now. They only have Shisu, unless Shisu makes some great pulls. Here is going to be Yuhan using that stun. Uching into the back line, trying to make something happen. He's not using any ability yet. Here it goes. With the immunity, he's able to escape from those CC combos. And that's what's good about Nimpo. Nimpo is super tanky, and he's super aggressive with the CC combos, and every time he uses those CCs, he gains immunity. So yeah, it's gonna be super awesome to see what if Impunity can do to Nimpo. Pretty much can't really stun him. So a great pick on this Nimpo, and Impunity try to go for that Shadow Overlord right now, and Nimpo is there. Everyone is there. Heart has to flash away from X-Hero. Here's the push coming from Megumi. Here's the extra light coming from Taijun. Here's gonna be Sadness doing some huge damage into the back row. Here is gonna be Shule falling down. Uching still surviving. Sadness is going crazy. One kill, double kill, triple kill. And RCG is back on the map. 10X still surviving, getting that kill on Xiahou. And that's gonna be one member remain standing for Impunity. Impunity still have the power here. Byron take down Heart. But still, Sadness just came in at a really nice timing. Aggressiveness. And now it's Sadness' turn to do the damage. But That was a great battle. A lot has happened. The triple kill, that was insane. So the timing is perfect for Sadness to having those damage output at the right time. So definitely the goal is going to be reversed. RCG gained the lead in the goal, and Impunity is actually the one who are behind it right now. So RCG Yuhan using that, like the lamp ability by that hero, and also here's another battle happening. So much going on here. A lot of AoE effect. Here is gonna be the 10x doing some damage in and out, but the tankiness of Impunity just too much, and they have to find a better position. They can't really fight in a close quarter combat. Impunity has so much CCs, and once they layer all those CCs together, it's super scary. And 10x has to come back here. There's a minion behind the line, and Shisu goes down. 10x is not able to make it back in time. Impunity gain the second win over RCG. Congratulations to Impunity for taking game number 2. Wow, you do not want to fight Impunity in that tough environment. And we gotta take a look at the replays of the final battle. Like, I was expecting RCG to move away, because you realize Impunity has Shulie, Impunity has this Xiahou Dun, Impunity has Byron, like so many knockups. Everybody has some kind of crowd control ability, and once you get like in a circle and you fight such in a close quarter combat, Impunity definitely gonna have the upper edge. They're gonna do the CCs over and over, so it's really hard for RCG to make some move. Once you're disabled for like 1 second, 0.5 seconds, you're just gonna get continuously crowd control by Impunity at that moment. And yeah, Impunity did it again with the second row win, 2 in a row, getting the game number 2, and now they are at the game point match in game number 3. So yeah, definitely, as I mentioned, back to my point, they want to go for this 3-0. They want to choose the best heroes, and you can see that their aggressiveness does play out pretty awesomely. So yeah, expect to see more Impunity, and yeah, the closer the championship, the harder they fight, and this is the result of Impunity getting the perfect 2 win right now. So they're looking for the perfect 3 wins in order to win the whole series. Let's find out pretty soon here. But back to my point. First game, great execution on Ma Chao. The second game, I would say, just they had some slip ups. They weren't fighting in like synergized position. They kind of really scattered in that other fight where this Garo got that triple kill. So definitely, the more stun they can land, the better. That's gonna disable your opponent, and once they are disabled, they can't really do anything. They can't do auto attack, they can't cast spells, and Impunity got the right jump at the right time. And yeah, congratulations to Impunity taking game number 2, and we can see that in the scoreboards here. 10x, I would say, he was doing really well in the beginning. I remember he has the first blood, if I remember correctly. And also Sadness is doing really well too. Getting that triple kill along the way works out really great. But that final battle, I feel like they shouldn't rush it. They have to have heart to do some kind of pole initiation. But I feel like 10x, went in a different way, and he was just fighting this Shulie at the end of the game. So disregarding what happens to Heart, they would need Heart defending the base. So obviously, maybe the communication wasn't really tight, or the coordination wasn't really tight here for RCG. So definitely they want to fix that and fix that issue in this next match against Impunity. If they don't fix anything, it's going to be really, really tough for RCG to pull back, because this is going to be the game point for Impunity. and RCG has to win this next match in order to stay in the game, or they're gonna face elimination into the lower bracket, and hopefully RCG do not want to be eliminated and going into the lower bracket that quickly. But then again, they want to face, BSC in the next match. But regardless of which team goes against BSC, it's going to be a huge challenge to them as well. So that game is going to be even more intense. And you can see the damage dealt here. Seems like Impunity, 33.9% dealt by Maishinui. And this is crazy. I feel like Maishinui took down 10x like most of the time. Like the burst damage, it was super scary on this Maishinui. And he was able to, Shaolin was able to land so much ability on 10x and kind of take him out in one blow. So we can see that from the replays here. We can see it in the beginning. And 10x try to go to the back to the flank, but X-Hero spotted him and he went directly for another target character, but he was coming back and forth. But he got realized here, Shaolin in the back line waiting for 10x to come in and actually using the ability to knock him down. What a great positioning by Maishinui. And right now it's the 14-minute. I feel like this is the final fight here, and so much member get crowded up, and while RCG's member just going up and down like a trampoline, like they were just getting stunned by those CCs over and over. And after that final battle, the game ended around like 14 minutes, almost to 15 minutes. So fairly fast for that match. But wow, that final battle, the way Impunity set them up, it's really awesome. Like definitely RCG do not want to walk into those traps again, where the terrain, the environment is not really advantageous for RCG to fight. Definitely want to separate Impunity into those areas where you can gain a better advantage, because this Garo is long range, and when Garo fight short range, it's gonna be more risk for Garo to be in a bad environment, bad state. It's gonna be in risk that the close quarter combat melee characters is gonna be taking down Garo. So in order to reduce those risks, Garo should remain fairly behind your tank. And at that point, I feel like Garo was just too close to the battlefield. She was just getting hurt by the CCs of Impunity. So definitely you want to keep your ADC away from those CCs, away from the big battles that is close quarters, and keep your distance. ADC is supposed to have a great distance between the enemies so they can finish off the enemy from a safe distance. And at that final fight, RCG didn't really have that distance. They just came in so close and everything was just blew up in their face. So hopefully RCG didn't have to go do that again. And we are in our game number 3 of our VP phase. Impunity gonna be on the blue side now. RCG is gonna be on the red side. Let's see what they're gonna ban. Seems like Impunity is finishing up targeting their jungler, but RCG is not done with Da Chao. Da Chao still getting banned out, and Megumi still getting targeted. So yes, RCG is still doing the targeting, and Impunity, since they got the first pick, why not? Why not go with Zhao Huaizhen? It's gonna be a great hero for any composition. The initiative, the tankiness is there. It's all in one. So RCG going with the Zhao Jun, safe choice. 10x still have a lot of choices here. He has, Lam. He has Miyamoto Musashi, and maybe he want to go with something more tankier this round. Because if he goes assassin, you can expect Impunity to go some kind of assassin in order to counter the assassin from RCG. So it's safe to say that RCG want to do something more conservative, and just picking that Ata is going to be tanky enough to survive all those hits. Impunity, I'm feeling like a Luba Master and a Huanzhong coming up. And yeah, you can see that combo from the first round of pick, because Impunity get the first pick, 2 picks from RCG, back to Impunity, they get another 2 picks. So they're usually you see every single time the combos come out from either sides. So the first combo here for Impunity is gonna be Hwanjung and this Luba Master, and they go pretty much synergize really nicely. Over here we have, you know, Ata and Shenbing. Not bad of a choice. They do synergize quite nicely too. So they're really depending on the battles that is happening in the game. Hopefully RCGs can pull this win back from Impunity to stay into the game. But I feel like, you know, Impunity can go with that Haya because, you know, they have that Hwanjung. They got that Luba number 7. I mean, they got that Luba Master. Also, they had that Zhao Huaizhen. So Haya would be a good choice, or Zhou Yu, some kind of AoE hero that kind of covered the ground for Hwanjung to provide that safety net. But seems like they're gonna go full aggressiveness. They want to have that damage. They're gonna go with Ganjian. And let's see RCG. They do have the final pick here. So yeah, let's see what RCG gonna counter. And I feel like maybe they're still missing the marksman. So the marksman is gonna be a super important choice. And here Sadness is gonna go with that signature hero, that Gunshan Li. And yeah, it better be super high mobile, because versusing Hwanjung and Luba Master is gonna be super difficult, because he's gonna be moving around the battlefield a lot, repositioning himself a lot of times. So having that high mobility, it's something that Sadness want to consider when fighting up. And these two players are top marksmen in our KAW season. I remember like Autumn also is one of our great marksmen. Munchi also, and yeah, Azar. Yeah, these shooters, these marksmen, they are well known for their quick reaction and their killer instincts. So yeah, here is gonna be another game versus these marksmen's composition. We have Gunshan Li versus Hwanjung. So that bottom lane is gonna be super dangerous for Gunshan Li, because this Shenbing probably is gonna be rotating with the other team members. But sometimes, you know, Shenbing can help out this Gunshan Li for a bit. But I feel like the mid game is gonna be where Shenbing's ability does more value in our match. So hopefully RCG able to bring back this win here in order to stay in the game. But aggressiveness still doesn't really let it go for Impunity. They kept just pushing forward all the time. And look at this composition right here. Ganjian, so scary. Once this Zhao Huaizhen locked down the enemy, it's going to be easier for Shaolin to execute that damage. So here we go, the kickoff of the third game. Impunity on the left on the blue versus RCG on the right on the red. And yeah, the opening, it's pretty normal here, but we have RCG Sadness kind of try to get that early go in the middle. And I like this opening because the laning phase is going to be difficult for Sadness, so he's having the team members or having Zhao Jun try to go down there just for the first few waves maybe. And the initiation, the invade from 10X, such a fast red. And right here Megumi is going to be in trouble. 10X still have that red in effect, so that's going to slow down whoever he touches, and he's going to continue to take down the jungle monsters. And what a nice steal here. Stealing the red, stealing the pigs, stealing everything. Like, wow. RCG gaining some extra gold in the very beginning of the game. But also, Ling Fun, try to get some gold in too. Here's the passive coming in from X-Hero. Diving a little bit too deep, getting that tower aggro right here. Managed to walk out with no problem. But definitely, the Ata is having a great time right now. Gaining that first red. and also getting his own red. And Uchi is gonna be in trouble here. Byron has to use that flash out. Sadness is gonna be here to the help. Getting that red, also killing X-Hero. That gains the advantage for RCG. RCG doing great here. First blood for Sadness, also 10x getting that first red from Impunity. So far, so good for RCG. I'm feeling good about RCG for this one. The early phases is working so well, and one successful invade will turn into a constant invasion. Even though like right now there's jungle protection still up, this is Atta we're talking about. The tankiness of Atta is ridiculous, and he's able to take down Lympha, and the ball is start to grow here. Sadness has to back out. Here comes Charlotte. Charlotte may be getting a double kill, but look at here, the Sadness bouncing back the umbrella, but wasn't able to escape away from X-Hero. X-Hero get that double kill easily. And definitely RCG might not want to be too aggressive. And you can see that replay from the beginning of the first blood. Here is going to be Sadness targeting Charlotte and getting that kill. So a little bit of over-aggression, but here is Impunity fighting back here. Heart getting caught. The ultimate coming out from Megumi is going to pull him back, but also he went down as well. But not to worry. Up is still available to push the towers as the members of RCG moves down. Shaolin keep an eye here on those enemies, so that's a heads up for up at the bottom that the enemy is going to be coming for him. And having that vision is so important, you know. Always get some vision for your ADC, get some vision for your mage, so they know what's coming. You know, give them the heads up. Over here, X-Hero still a little bit aggressive, but aggressive is good. 2 kills already for X-Hero. 1 kill for Hwanjun. Hwanjun still has the most gold out of all the players. 3k gold already, and Hwanjun, I feel like Hwanjun is going to be unstoppable. Even 10x is not going to be tanking them. Here's the fight. I feel like Impunity is in a great position. Getting 10x, using that flash with the second ability, the sword, it was so accurate. And here's the AoE coming up from Zhao Jun, but it didn't really do anything, you know. Nobody was in that moment, but RCG is using that Shenbin to make those rotations possible and try to make those fast fights. And look at here, RCG has the vision on the whole map, kind of having that Zhao Jun in the middle. Kind of give them a heads up here, but attack coming in. Shenbin is going to be in trouble. Shenbin finishing off by the X-Hero's first ability. And while almost survived, but not quite. Here is going to be Zhao Jun using that ultimate again. Megumi going in. Hwanjun getting frozen, but Hwanjun is still healthy right now. But they definitely want to back off as they're both extra low HP. Sadness going after Shaolin. Here's going to be X-Hero in the front line, backing him off again. Sadness has to back off right now. Getting that red for Sadness is going to help him towards those close quarter combat. Here's going to be X-Hero here. Try to maybe go for that kill, but it might be a little bit risky. But I feel like he does have the ability to solo kill Sadness, because the burst damage from X-Hero right now, having that X of Torment, it's enough to kill pretty much any squishy hero. Alright, seems like the blue team already secured the first tower. So yeah, blue team, I feel like they're doing slightly better right here. Kill count more, and here's another battle. 10x chasing Lympha. Lympha using an ultimate, try to get some attack off 10x. 10x getting caught in that 2-1 ability, and that Ganjan landing that ability on 10x. 10x is taking so much damage, he has to go down. So much damage from each members of Impunity. So definitely he goes down. X-Hero, however, also goes down at the top. He cannot versus 1v2 versus Sadness and Yuhan, so Yeah, better has to watch it. Better watch it in the beginning. All right, here we are back into a more calmer mid-game. Both teams kind of really backing it off right now. RCG, you know, we're a little bit behind, but their goals actually equalizing right now. 10X being super aggressive, jumping over that grass. And here that Shaolin, the rapid succession of the 1-2 ability. And yeah, 3 out of 4 just landed on 10X. Definitely, it doesn't hurt at first, but later on, that Ganjian is gonna hurt a lot as those magic penetration item builds up. And I hope 10X can survive. Yeah, another accurate shot. That is head on. And here it's gonna be hard checking the grass using that first 2 abilities. But Impunity might want to back it off right now because the goal is pretty much equalizing. It could be anyone's battle right now. So definitely want to check your position, check your formations. And having the right person at the right spot could mean the difference. Here's Sadness going crazy with those auto attacks. But I would say the pushing power does belong to Impunity as they have that Hwanjung, and also that their defense is going to be impeccable. As soon as Hwanjung lay down the big cannons, it's going to be hard for RCG to move in. And also the long range damage from Shaolin is going to be super deadly here. Someone gets frozen, but that's not going to be Hwanjung. Hwanjung still damaging the opponents, and Byron goes down. Hwanjung still healthy. Shaolin still healthy. And 10X is at 50% HP. He has to go back. He's getting some recovery from Shun Bing, but it's not going to be enough. Here is the initiation from Lin Fun. Beautiful play. Shun Bing goes down, and the play from Lin Fun with the combination of Megumi's ultimate. Sadness goes down, and we are much looking forward to the perfect 3-0 that Impunity is talking about. Impunity still moving in on the towers. 2 members down. Sadness going down. Yuhan going down. That's gonna be the Impunity cue to take down at least one of the towers right now, but their member is gonna be reviving. 10X can't take any more damage, and they can't be going in one by one right now. Like, everyone just taking out one by one here by this Shaolin, by this up. So the poke damage is insane, and they're not going away without one high ground tower. Maybe they want to go for another high ground tower. That's a little bit greedy, but they do have the ability to do that right now. But the minions didn't survive the way, so... But they already done enough damage already, so... Yeah, Impunity already feeling really good. They already got 1 high ground tower, maybe 1.5, because they already brought that second high ground tower on the top into a 50% HP. So the next time they fight that tower is going to be easier, and we have the 10 minutes mark. Shadow Tyrant is going to be coming out. Shadow Overlord. And RCG willing to make the trade here. I do like the proactiveness of RCG. Just going towards that Overlord, but they'll get stolen or get in the face of Hwanjung. And that was a perfect spot for Hwanjung to sit down. Like, he sat down in a whole circle. He covered everything. And this is GG. This is game. RCG getting demolished by Impunity in our game number 3. Congratulations to Impunity for taking the perfect 3-0 win in our today's BO5 match. And wow, today's game has been extraordinary. First game, the match won 3-0, and now we have Impunity doing the 3-0. Wow. I mean, they didn't really do too good against RCG in the regular stage. But wow, once their Impunity go into the playoff, they're so excited. They're so much better. It's like they're a new team now. Maybe like they did a lot of practice. Maybe it's that because it's the playoffs. The pressure is going to be on them. So the pressure is going to be working for them. And yeah, they got their win back. Even though they lost to RCG 3 times in the regular stage. So this is huge for Impunity. Impunity gets to move on to fight BSC in the next upper bracket. So better be ready. I feel like Impunity, it's a new Impunity here. The team coordination, they might have a chance going against Impunity. But still, due to the fact that maybe it's their pressure or the championship getting closer, causing them to get this, gain this extra momentum going forward. Hopefully they can do a lot better against BSC this time, because BSC definitely shut them down in the regular stage of the season. So yeah, hopefully Impunity can use that momentum from this game in order to gain some win back. Still want to mention that BSC haven't lost a single game yet, so it's gonna be an uphill challenge for Impunity if they want to, get that win back from them. So here is gonna be the scoreboard here. Feel like Shaolin did a really perfect just execution. Also Hwan Jun did a really nice job with that double kill at the end near that Dragon's Pit. X-Hero also did a really good job. I want to give MVP to every single member of Impunity. The coordination was awesome. Having Megumi, also having Lim Feng do those CC pull, allowing the setup for Up to do those massive kills. So pretty much nobody was able to get to Up. Always is protected by Megumi, and also the long range swords coming in from Shaolin. It was just, the defense was just impeccable. Like nobody can go in. If they want to go in, they have to face the risk of getting controlled by Lim Feng, getting controlled by Megumi, or getting hit by that Ganjam Moya, the Shaolin's rapid successional sword. So a lot of threats here and a lot of risk. I feel like Sadness was the only one can go in and do some damage, because you can see that damage dealt by Sadness is 31.3%. So he done a lot of damage. I feel like he's the closest person can carry the team because of that damage, the high mobility of Gunshan Li. I mean, if Gunshan Li survives all the time, he was able, Sadness is able to make it work for RCG, but 10X and Sadness was just getting targeted, and Sadness wasn't able to bring out the full potential of his skills. But then again, it's Impunity we're talking about, and here is going to be your MVP, Lim Feng from Impunity with that 116 KDA, damage dealt 13.3%, damage taken 20%. And he was super useful, like the way he tanked the damage. Also, when he started the damage, and yeah, he's the initiator, also the tanky player for Impunity. And you can see here the teamwork by Impunity as X-Hero and Lim Feng finish off that Shen Bin, and 10X tried to make something happen, but 10X is using all his spells on this Zhao Huaizhen. So when he faces Megumi, or when he faces Shaolin, when he faces Up, he has no more skills. So yeah, definitely want to use those skills wisely. You can't really use all those skills and expecting those skills to reset quicker than usual. So here is going to be the final battle here, and this is where Lim Feng's usefulness comes in. He hid in the grass and used that second and first ability really wisely, and he kind of really controlled the rhythm of RCG and not letting RCG go for the dive a lot. So a lot of like fire are being taken out with Impunity's composition. This Zhao Huaizhen can really put out the danger if there is a danger that is coming in. I feel like Hwan Jun was having a really comfortable time in that game. Nobody was able to touch him, and in the end, he just got so much gold in the lead. And once he just sit down, draw his gun out, and wow, the dragon even went to him and taking down the dragon with the members of RCG. So that's like hitting two birds with one stone. So that's gonna be super worth it for Impunity. And this is cool here because you do not want to be messing with Impunity in the playoffs or messing them in the BO7. So definitely you can see that Impunity, it's a whole new team now in the playoff. Definitely different from where they've been in the regular stage. Right now, the atmosphere, the energy is so different from Impunity. I can feel like they are willing to make a change for this championship. But in the meantime, let's go into an interview real quick with one of these players.
有预料到今天会3-0赢下对手吗？觉得今天队伍能赢下比赛，最大的原因是什么呢？ Have you ever thought of winning the game at 3-0? How did you make this happen?
没预料到吧。主要原因就是教练的 BP 比较好，然后我们打得比较舒服。
This is totally unexpected. I think the biggest reason is we did very well in the BP and we did very well in the game. 第二个问题，下一场的对手呢是 BSE， 在你的印象里，他们是一支怎么样的队伍呢？有信心打败他们吗？ You'll be facing BSE soon. What do you think of them and do you think you can beat them?
他们是一支很厉害的队伍吧，现在应该是有信心了。
I think they are very powerful, and now I think we have gained the due confidence.
Definitely, they do have the confidence. You can see it in Upsides. The interview asked him about are they surprised that they got the 3 wins? Of course, they're gonna say they're gonna be super humble about it. And actually, I'm not expecting the perfect 3 wins because judging from the regular season data, RCG is supposed to have a higher number, compared to Impunity. So, that was quite surprising for me. So definitely Impunity did a whole makeover. They're just this completely new team in this playoff. And wow, the super aggressive team is back. So definitely, you got to give a run for its money. Impunity gonna fight BSE in the next round of the upper bracket. So I'm super excited for that as well. I hope the viewers gonna lock in those dates for that battle to happen because this Impunity is gonna be super different. It probably reminded me of the Impunity that competed in the finals in season 1. So yeah, hopefully both teams are gonna give us a great show. I know that BSE got the perfect 3-0 today. Impunity also got the perfect 3-0. So wow, both teams didn't really expect that to happen. So I'm really happy for both teams. And those teams that lost today, not to worry, they still have a shot at the lower brackets. They're gonna go into the lower brackets and fight the winners from the lower brackets on day 1 of the playoffs. So yeah, there's a lot of chances for every single team here to come back. Nova can still come back, RCD can still come back into the competition. However, BSE, also Impunity is gonna be our next playoff into our matchup in the coming week. Hopefully that match is gonna be super exciting. I know these 2 teams might have the better potentials, maybe the highest potentials out of all these other teams. Like these 2 teams, BSE, Impunity. I would say Nova still have a good chance if they do well in the lower brackets. I would say RCG does also have a good chance. So these teams, so much possibilities. You just have to wait to see what happens here in the playoffs. It's unexpected. Everything might go differently, according to how you expect the game to go. So this is the great thing about, MOBA, HOK. You just don't know what will happen in the last moments. You just have to stick around and just believe in these teams. These teams are the fire that keep them driven. Like they just have that energy and have that will not to give up until the last moment. So hopefully good luck to all these teams and hopefully they can just reach their goal in time. And we have an update of the MVP rank charts. Seems like Zhong did get 1 MVP today. I remember he was playing that mid laner and he is our 9-time MVP. And JS and also Juan is our sitting at number 2 and number 3. And you know, even though like they got eliminated from the playoff, their MVP, their honor, their legacy is still here. So great job to MAH for doing that. So yeah, 8-time MVP for JS and 7-time MVP for Hua. And yeah, that is our 1, 2, 3 rank of the MVP charts. And I feel like Zhihong is gonna get more MVP because BSC is still in play in the playoffs, so it's gonna have more possibility for him to keep that MVP at the very top. As MAH already got eliminated, so there's not any more chances for them to get MVP. But the rest of the members at the bottom, it's possible for them to move up. Fennel, however, they also got eliminated. Gluck also, KG also. So only Sadness and 10X is gonna be at the bottom charts here at number 6. But they're still in the playoffs, so it's possible for them to move up into the MVP charts as well. So Zhihong is still in play, Sadness is still in play, and 10X is still in play. And for our tomorrow's matchup, which is September 2nd, we're gonna have the lower bracket competition. RTZ is the winner from the day 1 playoff, so RTZ is gonna face off the loser of today's match 1, which is gonna be Nova versus RTZ for our match 1 tomorrow, followed by RCG, the losers of our second match today, and they're gonna versus the winners from our day 1 match of Scars. So Scars versus RCG for our match 2 of tomorrow. That's gonna be exciting as well, because the Nova is gonna be rematching RTZ, and they've been long buddies for a long time. And Scars is gonna versus RCG, and Scars just doing so well, getting that perfect 3-0. So RCG is another competitor that they want to face off also. I remember RCG does have the win over Scars, but Scars, you know, have a different ability to come back as well. So this is cool here to see these competitors facing off in the lower bracket. Definitely Nova has the chance to come back. In order to come back, they have to defeat RTZ, or they have to face the elimination of the risk of elimination. So also same thing for RCG. They have to beat Scars if they want to beat and want to keep in this playoff as well. So that is the wrap for me today, and I hope you all enjoy today's matchup. And I'm your caster, I'm Gikit, and I will see you at the next round of the playoffs.